Hello and welcome back to another Slay the Spire stream. I'm your host, Vegetablebread, and today we're going to be kicking it off with the Silent, as we are doing all month of March. It's March. That's St. Patrick's Day. That's green. Sounds green. Playing Silent. Also, you know, we did Ironclad last month, so. Gold for a rare relic. It's pretty appealing. Some pretty good rare relics in the game. Yeah. My wife likes to repot plants, and so she kind of just like left them all over the kitchen counter, so I just moved them over there to be out of the way. And now they are on camera. Some of those are just empty pots. Common relics, also nice. Definitely not, never going to pick common relic over 99 gold for a rare relic. 99 gold for a rare relic is a crazy deal. Usually going to do boss relic swaps on Silent, but gold for a rare relic's pretty good. I think we're probably choosing gold for a rare relic unless we're like forced into a early shop, which is possible. I wouldn't say we're forced to go to a shop, but we are sort of encouraged. The only 3 fight path does go through a shop. It goes through 2 shops though, so we don't want to be on that path anyway. I think we probably just go on like this path or something, hope that one of these question marks is a fight. That's a 2 elite path. Looks like the best we can do is 3. Oh wait, no, the best we can do is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4's a lot. That's ambitious. But if we could get it done, that'd be great. That does also force us through the shop. And to get 3 fights, we'd have to go this way. Although, since we're going to a shop, we'd probably go to the question mark, just in case it's Snecko, or Serpent. There's actually a couple of gold-based events that we could be hitting. Okay, so let's do a swap, and get some gold, and go to the shop. Okay. Philosopher's Stone should be pretty good for Act 1 elites. I think 4 energy is quite a bit better than... you're quite a bit more stronger proportionally than the monsters are for getting 1 additional strength. 1 additional strength is 5% extra damage from Lagavulin. Not a huge deal. It is 10% extra damage from sentries, which is a bigger deal, but... Hey, Zarin Prime. Good morning. Do we try and take 0 from this Jawworm, or do we punch him for 6 right now? We try and take 0. It's a little ambitious, but he's not buffing on 1, so... Yeah, I think we made the right choice. We got a lot of damage on this turn. Oh, and then we had a bad turn. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's not going to work out. Yeah, if we'd gotten a little bit of extra damage... No, we still wouldn't have had lethal. Alright. So we'll try to just take 5 then. See if we can pull that off. Same question. New turn. We're likely to get lethal next turn, even when he blocks. He blocks for 5. So we have to get 3 attacks next turn. Come at me. Okay, we would have been in trouble if we couldn't block that one, or couldn't kill him after that one. But we could kill him. Only attack here is Poison Stab. I guess that forces us to take a Poison Stab. Poison Stab does do an awful lot of damage, so I don't have to be too forced to take Poison Stab. Usually going to take Poison Stab over like a Flying Knee, but not as good as like a Dagger Throw. Doesn't get any special value to Philosopher's Stone. Unfortunately, Dagger Throw does get some special value, because you want extra card draw to go with your extra energy. But whatever. It's the attack. Oh wait, were we supposed to take... We were supposed to take this starting node. We were supposed to do... Oh wait, no, we took this one because it's extra money for the shop. That's right. Well, this is actually negative money for the shop. So I think this is just a wasted floor. We don't need 16 healing. We can only heal for 12. And it seems like we want to hold on to that money so we can use it at the shop. Healing for 12 is not a terrible idea. Go to 100 gold. 116 could be pretty important, though. There could be like an adrenaline or a die-to-die or something available that we really want to grab. And 116 might let us get it. So we're just going to save the money, go to the shop. Drat. Storm of Steel is our rare, and it's on sale. Pretty happy to see a Storm of Steel. It does a lot of damage. Really good against sentries in particular. Turns your whole hand into gas. Sneaky Strike is also okay. Quick Slash is particularly good with Philosopher's Stone. But Storm of Steel is really good with card draw, and card draw is really good with Philosopher's Stone, so I think we want to get like Storm of Steel and backflip and stuff and do it that way. Problem with Storm of Steel is we can't really buy anything else. It just takes all the money. Whereas if we buy Sneaky Strike, we could also get Quick Slash. Sneaky Strike Quick Slash is definitely like puts us a little bit further ahead against the first elite. But I think Storm of Steel is better for the rest of the game. But, you know, doing 4 elites in Act 1 is pretty good for the rest of the game, so maybe that's not true. I'm gonna go with Storm of Steel. Let's just pick like an Acrobatics or something. Oh, well, I wish this had happened before the shop, because then we could have just removed the pain. There is another shop later, which we might end up going to, if we want to dodge this elite. Pain's fairly bad. We did just take a discard card, so if Pain's in the hand, we can just discard it and ignore it. Sometimes. I'm gonna do it. I think Warp Tongues are super powerful. Okay, last easy pool fight. Trying not to take too much damage from the Pain. Yeah, so I think it's just Strike, Neutralize, Defend, take 3. The Neutralize is like health neutral here. We like lose 1. I guess it's +1 health. Gross. Try to get lethal next turn. Fail. It's okay. We got him set up. But we redrew Pain. I believe if we Storm of Steel, we don't lose the health. Is that true? It is not true. Fair enough. So we only took damage to Storm of Steel in that fight, or to Pain. We did take 4 damage. Hey. What is that all about? So I said I wanted to take a backflip to combo with the Storm of Steel. It's not really necessary. Dagger Spray is pretty nice. Yeah, I think I'm happy to take a backflip later. Dagger Spray now. We've also got a Strength pot, so Dagger Spray is extra super good. Alright, show me those sentries. Darn. I think we just chill for a while, as long as we can, because the Pain... Or rather, because of Warp Tongues, we get to upgrade more cards the longer we wait. Also, that was a terrible wake-up turn. Could wake up now. Nah, let's get one more upgrade. Alright, Strength Pot, play the attacks. Seems fine. I wish that Neutralize had gotten the upgrade. Neutralize Plus is a great way to wake up Lagavulin. Got it anyway. A lot of damage, but we take some too. This blocks for 19. Let's try to finish him off next turn. Storm of Steel only takes 1. Didn't quite finish him off, but he is dead to the poison. Okay, that's a reasonable elite fight. Ooh, bird-faced urn is great. Love to see that. Makes footwork quite a bit better. Footwork warp tongues I like quite a bit. Because then our defense will end up blocking for 10. Defense blocking for 10 or 11 if footwork is upgraded. That is an awful lot of block. Could take an acrobatics, help fill up our hand for the storm steel. Also a discard engine for the pain. Calculated gamble also sort of cross synergizes with the discard stuff. Hard to skip footwork right after birdface urn, but maybe it's correct. Nah, I think footwork is pretty powerful here. We do need to remain vigilant and make sure that we're able to jump all over people on turn 1, get enough damage, but not get too distracted by defensive scaling, but pretty excited about the defensive scaling. Alright, I think this is a rest. We're trying to do a bunch of elites, so we're going to need some health. Especially with that pain ticking. Alright, here's our sentries. Kind of a tough turn. Do we just Storm Steel and do a bunch of shivs, or do we, like, double defend strike? If we double defend, we take 4 damage, 1 from Sentry, 3 from Pain. If we Storm Steel, we take 12. 11 from Sentry, 1 from Pain. Yeah, I guess double defend strike is probably the line. Strike is just too good to not play. Could have taken 1 more damage to do 4 damage. Didn't really think about that. I think this is probably our speed pot. Speed pot double defend nearly blocks out. We still take 2. But taking 2 instead of 22 is just about the highest calling of speed pot. And we want to prevent this back sentry from attacking again. Footwork doing its work. Footwork Survivor is always getting played here. And then everything else, right? Because we have energy. Yeah. Sort of unfortunate that we get to actually like get through the artifact charge and poison him here, but then he's also just dead. But I guess that's part of the game. Okay. Double defend blocks out. And now we have to choose our target. We have 15 damage here. So if we did 15 to this one, we'd need 20 next turn. While 20, I believe, is technically possible. If we like draw Dagger Spray, get it upgraded, and get a strike, that does it. Or if we draw like double strike neutralize, get an upgraded Storm Steel. Actually, if we draw Storm of Steel, it's very likely to get upgraded because the dazes are an ineligible target for Warp Tongues. So if we draw Storm of Steel in all dazes, Storm of Steel will always get upgraded. So it's not impossible to prevent that guy from attacking next turn. It's a bit optimistic, but I think I'll go for it. Could save us health. Yeah, wasn't meant to be. So we probably should have targeted this guy first, because we probably could have prevented him from attacking next turn. But hopefully we draw some block next turn. That's my water. You can't have that. Taking a couple more damage to the pain. And just waiting out the win here. Okay. Meal ticket continues to increase the chance we go to this shop. All rares here. Oops, coconut got tangled up in the camera cable. Oh no. The computer caught you. Hey, good morning, Megastine. Does anything in the deck say we can play Grand Finale? I would love to play Grand Finale. but seems hard. Birdface Urn says Envenom's good. Envenom also quite good with Storm of Steel and against Hexaghost. So there's some significant pressure to pick on Envenom here. The Envenom upgrade is really good. And we have Warp Tongue, so sometimes we'll just hit it. Hey, no, that's my water. You can't have it. Unload, also pickable here. We're trying to pick some discard stuff. Unload's sort of just like a lot easier to play. Unload is definitely the pick against like Gremlin Knob here, right? Grand Finale is like a pick against Act 4, and like Envenom is a pick against Hexaghost. I think we're just gonna go with Unload. We pretty clearly want like a reflex, so Unload gives us an extra discard outlet for that. Helps balance out the pain and the footwork. Sure. Damage. Just kidding, ignore everything else. We have a Dead Branch now. Our job is to survive while Dead Branch wins us the run. Got a Storm of Steel, it's an excellent Dead Branch card. We just need block cards and things that exhaust now. Okay, new plan. Do we even fight elites now? Elites are kind of just like dangerous and unhelpful. Yeah, I think we still fight this elite. I mean, relics are good. It's just I do not want to die, right? Because this is now a heart-killing deck. We have our plan. We just have to get there. So we want to do low variance stuff. But I think we almost never die to this. Let's see, do we ever die to it? If it's Gremlin Knob and we draw poorly, do we die? 8 then 24, and then another 24 is Gremlin Knob's cycle. So he'd have to hit us for 24 twice. Yeah, seriously, Dead Branch Shivs, I think that's twice in a row. We did Dead Branch Shivs yesterday. Although it was like an Act 3 Dead Branch, so it felt a lot different. Dead Branch is like it's like a decent reason to pick Shivs. Like, Dead Branch is a rare relic, so you can't like rely on getting it. But like, if you start picking Shivs and then you get a Dead Branch, you win the game. And giving yourself the opportunity to just win the game is really good, right? It's kind of like if you pick like Reflex and Tactician and you get a gambling chip, right? It's like game over, right? You're able to set up on turn 1 and get 8 energy and do whatever you want. You've trivialized the game, basically. And it's kind of the same. Where you wanna leverage things that are already in your favor. Yeah, I think we're pretty safe against this elite. Alright, it's not Gremlin Knob, which is good. So we're just waiting for upgrades. Infinite Blades. Alright, I'll take 1 damage to develop Infinite Blades. Oh wait, we actually heal for 1 when we do that. That's ridiculous. Dead Branch Birdface Urn, too. It's pretty insane. I didn't realize that. So, Footwork, Unload, Sneaky Strike, Double Strike. Seems like a pretty good wake-up. I like it. Play all the cards. Wake up the boss. So we're definitely playing at least 2 defends. Do we try to perfect Lagavulin? I think we might be in a pretty reasonable position to perfect Lagavulin here. What are you complaining about? Your cam is a tiny bit over the relics. That it is. Yeah, I kind of messed with it before the stream started. I'll add pretty please. Yes. Yeah, it's weird. Like, so okay, so I think Dagger Spray is more damage over the fight than Poison Stab, right? Because Poison Stab is going to do at most the amount of damage that Dagger Spray does, guaranteed. So I was playing this. The question is, do we want this damage or this health? 4 health. It's not a small amount. If we want to try to do 4 elites, we should do it. But I don't think we want to do 4 elites. I think we want to go to this shop. We have a meal ticket and a pain in the deck. And we're looking for Shiv cards specifically. So we should take the... Again, we should take the low variance option through the fight, right? We should get the kill. And make sure we got that locked up. And I'll go ahead and roll Dead Branch here. Hey, Stixie, good morning. I think we probably have lethal, and unload lets us take less damage from pain. Yep. I guess we had lethal without Dead Branch, but still. Hindi. That's a fun one. Ceramic Fish also says go to the shop. Dodge and Roll is a pretty decent block card. We've got a footwork, got some decks. Makes sense to me. Block out while we wait for Dead Branch to win us the run. Dodge and Roll is good for that. Obviously, we would prefer to have a Dodge and Roll plus, but fairly happy with Dodge and Roll. I guess I play all the cards. Let's see. Putting him below 4 is a break point, because we're going to be weak, so I'll do that. I mean, this Dead Branch is generating a lot of sneaky strikes, and I kind of like it. Dagger Spray Defend is always happening. And then Storm of Steel versus Sneaky Strike. I like Storm of Steel because we're going to generate Dead Branch cards. Energy next turn or Card Now. Card Now could be Pain, and then we just discard it immediately, which is kind of cute. Try and perfect the fight? No. I'm gonna not play any cards because I want to perfect the fight. Okay. Caltrops heals us with Birdface Urn, also quite nice against specifically Hexaghost, who is our specific Act 1 boss. Probably not super necessary to take more damage. I think we're probably fine with Dead Branch doing something. But I think it's a take either way, right? It's a lot of damage and it's healing. It's just too good to skip. He's trying to rob us before we can go to the shop. Makes sense. That's what I would be doing. Default that Dodge and Roll, save some health, and then it is nice against Heart. That's true. Not really too worried about Heart in this position. Should be able to get there pretty easily with Dead Branch. Mostly just worried about solving Act 2. This generates Shivs, which lets Dead Branch block, which probably lets us end the fight with higher health, so I think we're going to play that over Unload, even though Unload's a bunch of damage. Turns out, Dead Branch is also high damage. It isn't always, but it was this time. We do have a side quest here. We want to play Caltrops before we end the fight. But we could also just draw Pain and then be sad that we waited. If we just play, like, Caltrops and an attack next turn, then with health neutral, this is kind of hard to figure out. We could also exhaust Ascender's Bane, get a power, and heal for 2. But we could also just, like, draw only, like, Pain and attacks next turn. Or, like, Pain and block, and so we're forced to, like, block to avoid taking Pain. Yeah, there's too many negative outcomes. I'm gonna take lethal. Too much pain in my life. Catalyst Exhausts, which procs Dead Branch. I don't think just procs Dead Branch is good enough. Although, if we saw Fumes, we might take it for Urn. And Poison is quite good against Hexaghost. Obviously, Catalyst also helps you win the game later on. It's particularly good in the end game. Feels weird to skip here. Unload, Quick Slash, and Catalyst, all kind of pickable. But I think we might just skip anyway. I guess we get a little bit of extra gold for the shop if we take a card. Go up to almost 200. 180 is sort of my... You need at least this much money to go to a shop threshold, because that's the maximum cost for shop relics, and shop relics can be run-changingly good. It's probably not the plan here, because we have the pains, we're probably trying to remove that. So if we remove the pain, that costs 75. What we really have is 115 gold. So this will put us up to 124, which is like usually enough to buy a rare, but not always. I don't know. I think maybe if the cards were better, I would take them, but I don't think Unload is worth it. Unload was like, it was a pick before Dead Branch, but after Dead Branch, I don't think so anymore. There's our Fumes. Chemex is pretty nice, actually. Doppelganger and Malaise are both really good cards with Dead Branch. Malaise helps you survive a bunch while you let Dead Branch win you the game. And Doppelganger, similarly, both exhaust. And, you know, both can get generated by Dead Branch as well. So, like, playing a Doppelganger, getting a Doppelganger, and playing that again is, like... That's something that's happened to me before, and if you have Chemex when that happens, you, like, win the fight. But if you don't have Chemex, you don't. Or at least you're not highly advantaged. Probably going to remove the pain, though, which means we can't do that. So it's like, remove the pain... Do we pick Noxious Fumes? I think Noxious Fumes is sort of aligned with Meal Ticket. Like, our current plan is... wait for Dead Branch to win the game for us. And Noxious Fumes is another thing that we can wait for to win the game. But it doesn't seem like we really need that. It seems like we've already got the thing that we need. So like Noxious Fumes heals us for 2, but do we really need that? I think I would rather just like take a deflect and block for 2, you know? So I'm going to card remove the pain. I don't think Chemex is quite that good. Could take Liquid Bronze just for Hexaghost. I do respect Hexaghost. I've definitely died to Hexaghost before. And maybe Dead Branch does bad stuff. We'll get Caltrops late. Is it possible for this deck to lose to Hexaghost? Yeah, we could be too slow. Alright, fine. Not an amazing potion, but pickable. Okay. Gonna block for 13 this turn. I'll go ahead and Poison Stab the weaker one. He is dead to Caltrops. So we'll strike the other one. Did I just take damage for no reason? I believe I just took damage for no reason. I just like didn't play enough defend cards. Whoops. Yep. I changed the target this time. It doesn't really matter. But it kind of does. That was an accident. I think this line is worse, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, that was... I did not change that on purpose. I just, like, totally autopiloted it. I was like, I did this last time, right? And then I realized I was in a different place. Well-laid plans? There's nothing really in the deck that I'm interested in holding on to. Well-Laid Plains is usually good, though. Because you like Wraith Form. Apparitions. We'll find some excuse for Well-Laid Plains to be good. It always finds a way. Even just like a Dead Branch card, right? Sure. Definitely looks like an upgrade. Our health is uncomfortably high. We probably want to do a power, because eventually all the cards get upgraded by Warp Tongues. And so powers are sort of the leading contender to not get upgraded before they get played, because they get played once and then they're gone. Caltrops probably helps us the most for the fight we're about to do. We have Caltrops and Liquid Bronze, so like surely we have enough gas for Hexaghost. I think we're going to go do footwork. Helps me more in Act 2. Okay, the Hexaghost. Alright, we got ourselves a turn 1 Caltrops and a turn 1 Neutralize Plus, so seems like we're in pretty good shape. Dang, that's a lot of damage. Any reason to hold the strike? I don't see any, no. Terror's super nice. Okay. Additional well-laid plans. I'm gonna play it, mostly for Birdface Earn Health, but also to retain all 3 strikes. The value. We could just Storm of Steel and Trust Dead Branch to provide the block. I think I like just dodge and roll and then Storm of Steel. Worst case scenario, we take 5. Oop, should have played the accuracy before the shiv. I like the look of that finisher. It's Finisher versus Phantasmal Killer here, but Finisher does 54 damage by itself. I don't think Phantasmal Killer is going to catch up to that. Hiya. We didn't get any blocks, so... I'll hold on to the discard stuff and the Phantasmal Killer? I don't know. Probably doesn't matter. We're pretty far ahead here, so... Look at that Unload Tactician Sneaky Strike combo. Let's go ahead and play the Phantasmal Killer for next turn. I'm gonna play the Deadly Poison as well. Oh wait, no, I can't afford that. Oh, I guess I would have because of the Tactician. Oops. Would have been able to afford that. Clearly doesn't matter. We are just ridiculously far ahead of Hexaghost. Okay. There's the Doppelganger for that Chemex I didn't pick. Adrenaline is sort of the model citizen of Dead Branch cards. It gives you a Dead Branch card and the energy to play it. Phantasmal Killer is nice too. Doubles stuff. Get those multipliers going. Adrenaline helps us draw a bunch of cards, get a big Storm of Steel, do some Dead Branch shenanigans, find our powers more quickly. Yeah. Bring on the 3 straight Adrenalines. I agree. Try not to kill the run this time. Pandora's Box is incredible here. Gives us powers for Birdface Earn, gives us stuff that exhausts for Dead Branch, gets rid of all the garbage in the deck for well-laid plans to keep. Seems like kind of a slam dunk, Pandora's Box. Other things we could do. Ectoplasm, be a 5 energy deck with some limits on our meta scaling. Ectoplasm fights with meal ticket, so that's probably not happening. Or Sozu. Sozu also limits our meta scaling. Removes our access to potions. Yeah, exactly. Right, like Warp Tongue loves hitting strikes and defends, but Pandora's Box says no. I guess the downside of Pandora's Box is we lose our defense, right? And like Footwork Defend is currently our block plan, even to the end of the game. But we can, that's fine. We'll find a new block plan. So it also limits our metascaling. That's kind of okay if your potion bar is like currently stacked, and we do technically currently have 2 potions, so we could try and carry these specific potions to the end of the game. Unfortunately, these potions aren't very good for the end of the game. If this was like a fairy in a bottle and a ghost in a jar, we'd be picking this Sozu. But Strength Pot and Colorless Blood is not that, so I think we're picking Pandora's Box. Alright, let's see it. 2 Fumes, an Adrenaline, a Corpse Explosion, bunch of stuff. 2 Exhausts, Crippling Cloud and Adrenaline, 2 Powers, the Fumes, a little bit of discard synergy with the Prepared, quite a lot of poison. Crippling Cloud, Deadly Poison, Corpse Explosion, double Noxious Fumes. So I guess we should have picked the Catalyst earlier. No block. Worth mentioning, none of these cards block. Glass Knife does a ton of damage. Yeah, this is definitely a good outcome. Particularly the Corpse Explosion helps resolve a lot of Act 2, which I think is what we're most worried about. And Glass Knife. Corpse Explosion, Glass Knife together, very good solution for Slavers. Yeah, pretty happy to see all this stuff. Okay, Collector. Go to some question marks. We probably don't want bites because we just got rid of all our strikes. Definitely want apparitions. Apparitions are pretty busted with the Dead Branch. Keep you alive while Dead Branch does silly stuff. And they also exhaust. Another 4 elite line is available. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could try and do that again. We didn't actually end up pulling the trigger on that in Act 1, although I think we probably could have pulled it off. Yeah. Current block plan, murder everything. You're not wrong. There's a late shop in there for healing. With the meal ticket. Act 2 Mega Elites are kind of scary. We'll have to see how we feel when we're like here. But if we want to skip the Mega Elite, we can just go to this fire, and that's fine. If we want to skip this Elite, we can do that too. Corpse Explosion, pretty good in this fight. Let's go ahead and start with Prepared. Let's see what we can get. Storm Steel is not particularly useful right here. I'm gonna drink the Colorless Pot and see if we can save some life with it. Panic Button or something. Hand of Greed. Glass Knife Plus and Hand of Greed, huh? Glass Knife Plus hits for what? 24? 24 plus 20. 44, not lethal right now without the Strength Pot. With Strength Pot, I believe it is lethal. So this would hit for 48, or 28 plus 22 is 50. And he's at 47, so yeah, we could. That seems pretty good. We get 20 gold for our Strength Pot and save 11 health, or 12 health. Okay. We can also Corpse Explosion him to get the other one low. $28 plus 22, yeah, it's 50, so we can't kill Mugger with it. I mean, we could Corpse Explosion Mugger and take 0, but then we don't get the money. So I guess, yeah, do I want the money or 12 health? Paying 12 health for 20 gold, it seems wrong. It seems like you're just supposed to take the health. Yeah, okay. Okay. Piercing Wail says exhaust, blocks for a bunch. It's like the icon of block and wait for Dead Branch to win the fight. Seems great. Doesn't scale with Dex, but... library. I'd like to pick up another dodge and roll or something. Something that blocks. Leg sweep. Cloak and Dagger. That blocks. Blocks and generates cards. There's a dodge and roll as well. I said I wanted it. There it is. Cloak and Dagger versus Dodge and Roll. Also Piercing Wail's here. Could just Piercing Wail. I mean, Dead Branch does generate cards that say block on them, right? We don't necessarily have to have them in the deck. Yeah, could pick Backflip. Backflip into Storm of Steel, still a quality pick. We could pick Acrobatics for that too. A lot of options. Blade Dance. We have a Dead Branch, so Blade Dance Shivs is pretty good. We're likely to generate an accuracy at some point, or pick an accuracy at some point. I think it's the Piercing Wail for me. Piercing Wails are extremely good with Dead Branch, and just like in Act 2 in general. Okay. It's 2 Piercing Wails and 2 floors. Gotta be a little bit careful. There's no way I'm giving up my gold here. Let's see what they got. Alright, Dead Branch. What are you doing? Okay. Drat. Okay, probably just Piercing Wail this turn, so I don't really need Survivor. Did clocks go forward at the USA? Yeah, they did. Sorry about that, FPL panic. Actually started the stream a little bit late. I started the stream at like 8:15. I've only been live for 49 minutes. So I feel like the line here is Footwork, Dodge and Roll, Phantasmal Killer. Could argue for Deadly Poison, but I think that does less damage than Phantasmal Killer. And Footwork, Dodge and Roll makes quite a bit of sense to me, given that we're about to lose all our decks. Oh no, we've been grabbed. Don't do it, bear. Corpse Explosion Glass Knife's probably lethal again. The highest health here is 34. Bear has 37, but he's got taken 3 damage. So if we kill Pointy, everybody dies. Glass Knife does 48 damage. So we can kind of just choose our target. We are technically giving up max HP. Oh wait, no we're not. We can play Well-Laid Plans and get to max HP this turn too. Yikes. Goodness. Okay. Finisher and Deadly Poison say plus on them, but I don't think they're really adding a dimension to the deck that we're looking for. Doesn't seem like we're really setting up for Finisher. Rather just generate a Finisher from a Dead Branch after a Storm of Steel. The book. We read the book. We're at full health. There is a weakness in our book synergies. If you're in chat and you see it, shout it out. Here, I'll give you a second. I'm gonna go. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go, like, get a slice of bread. I like need something. Am I hungry? I think I'm just. Well, I'm very confused about what I need to do. I guess I'm fine. I'll just stay here. All right, it's Necronomicon. Necronomicon's not very good in this situation. Because we don't have any 2-cost attacks. Masterful Stab works after taking damage. Yeah. I mean, are you talking about Nurley's? Nurley's generating a Masterful Stab. But Silent is definitely pretty good at finding synergies for Necronomicon. Yeah, exactly. Dash or what's the one that gets cheaper? Eviscerate, cheaper when you discard stuff. Sneaky Strike, lots of really good 2-cost attacks for silent, so I don't think we're too afraid of this. And we're full health, so makes sense. Yeah, I still don't think I would take a choke, but random power heals for 2. That would be worth its weight after only 10 fights. Ooh. Well, we lost a lot of health last floor, so I don't know if we can afford to lose health here. We might have to take the decay. We have some discard stuff, so we're not like generally forced to hold the decay. Anybody taking max HP here? Take max HP, dodge the first elite. Go to the fire or the shop to heal. Seems gross. I think my line is take the decay, try to make it to this shop. And that's either taking both of these elites or taking neither. If we take both, we probably don't fight that elite. If we take neither, we probably do. And we'll figure that out here. A free infinite blades. Caltrop's good in the fight, kinda. Let's play the prepared. I don't think Well-Laid Plans is too useful. I think it's just like Corpse Explosion, Unload, Block Pot here. I don't like Survivor's really pulling its weight. Yeah, and Corelden is like Blood Vial Plus, good point. Unless there's a power we wouldn't play, it's like strictly better than Blood Vial. If we drew a, if we got a Wraith form on 1, we probably wouldn't play it on 1 most of the time. Auto-play some stuff, and then footwork, dodge, and roll. Do a bunch of damage. Five versus 15. We already do have poison, so we've kind of already paid the decreasing marginal return on poison damage. I guess technically Flesh Shuts also gets some damage. Yeah, I should have Flesh Shutted earlier in the turn. I assumed we weren't going to play it, but I was wrong. Okay. Storm still got the upgrade, so we get Shiv pluses. Let's see if they can block for 24. Malaise blocks for a lot. So we can Malaise for 3. We could like Blur Malaise for 2. We could Catalyst. Catalyst gets him to 18 poison. What does Malaise for 3 look like? So he goes down to -2 strength, and then he hits for 5. 5 rounds down to 3. Is that right? Yes. It's pretty good. 3 times 4, so he'd hit for 12 here. Piercing Wail next turn. If we Catalyst Malaise, he goes down to -1, so he's hitting for 6. 6 rounds down to 4. 4 times 4, 16. So it costs us 4 health if we play something other than Malaise. But if we Blur, then we save some block. Actually, no. We still take 1 damage if we Blur. Alright, I'll just Malaise. Dude, this Warp Tonks has been upgrading this Glass Knife every time. Glass Knife has such a crazy upgrade. We definitely have Lethal, so let's play some powers to get health back. Try and generate a power. Fail. Okay. Ooh, Blade Dance Plus versus Piercing Wail. I like Piercing Wail a lot, but we've already got 2 of them. Blade Dance Plus is pretty premium with Dead Branch. Or even without Dead Branch. It's just a really good card. Sure. Why not? I thought I turned this stupid thing off where they have glowy ads with Minty Spire. It's so stupid. It's kind of funny though. Seems like a pretty good turn 1. We've got Piercing Wail against birds. We've got a Liquid Bronze. Any reason to hold on to the Liquid Bronze? We just fought Book of Stabbing, so it can't be useful here. I guess it's useful against Gremlin Leader to some extent. Yeah, they're glowing with Philistine. You're correct. I guess we're always doing all of these. Oops, I should have played Crippling Cloud first because the Dead Branch card generated could be significant. Oh, I thought them being weakened would reduce their attack to 0, but it doesn't. It starts at 2, and then they were already weak from Red Mask. I just misinterpreted that. Okay, so do we Liquid Bronze and let them murder themselves, or do we not need to do that? I think we can probably save the Liquid Bronze. It is nice to just have them all dead immediately, though. Yeah, I think we probably take damage in the fight if we don't Liquid Bronze, right? Because they start using the big attack next turn, and the Fumes takes a while to kick in. Yeah, I think we just do it. I will take 0. Oh, for some reason I thought this was a Thorns Plus, but it's not. It's just a Thorns Pot. Get to heal up with powers. There's no way to keep him alive. So I'll try to find one more power. Oh, there's one. Sweet. Outmaneuver for next fight. Easy. Footwork keeps us alive while Dead Branch does stuff. Definitely less good with no defends in deck, and most of our block coming from Piercing Wails. The first Footwork is pretty good, but now we literally just have Dodge and Roll. We do generate, you know, cards that block. I forgot there was a Slice in the deck. I thought we were just generating a Slice. Nope. It's a real-life Slice. Min-max to the max. What do you mean by that? Oh, best fight for that potion? Yeah, we did get no block out of Pandora's Box. Our Pandora's Box was these cards, Masterful Stab through Slice. So no block, bunch of powers, bunch of poison stuff. But I'm not complaining. A couple exhaust things, powers. It's definitely better than the strikes and defense. I think I'll take a Footwork anyway. It heals us for 2 at the worst, and best case scenario, it also blocks for quite a bit. Okay, so this is our decision point. That went about as well as it could possibly go, right? These 2 fights. We like perfected Book of Stabbing and then healed on birds. So if any outcome was going to cause us to take 2 elites, that should cause it, right? I'm still a little skeptical that we can handle 2 elites, especially with no potions. And we do want to go to that store, right? Because we have 375. I guess we could theoretically skip the first elite and then fight a Mega Elite if we're still feeling strong. But we can't fight the first elite and then skip the Mega Elite, right? And still go to the store. I think we're just going to try and fight both. It's a little risky. But, like, if we get super beat up, we do have an off-ramp. We just don't get to go to the store. Not a huge cost. Yeah, exactly. We're pretty good at Act 2 elites. 2 piercing whales, corpse explosion. Got a lot of tools. Alright, let's see what Blade Dance wants to do. 1,000 cuts. 1,000 cuts is kind of corpse explosion at home. But it's not bad. I guess we're always going to play Piercing Whale, and that generates a card, so let's see that card. Well, wait. If we want to get 1 extra damage, we could play 1,000 cuts first. I kind of want the line to be like Footwork, Glass Knife, Survivor, Piercing Whale. I don't think we're playing 1,000 cuts. So I'll just keep shiving. 2 generated Footworks this turn. 1 from Dead Branch, 1 from Anchor Elden. Okay. More cards, please. How much damage is Terror? It's like 11 damage. Glass Knife is 16. 16 is greater than 11, or so I've heard. Could Poison Stab instead of Footwork. Footwork only saves 2 health. Poison Stab says plus on it. Should set up lethal next turn. It's 15 damage. So he'd be dead to neutralize. Oh yeah, 4 health. I forgot about the urn. It actually only generates... Oh no, that's not true. We're getting debuffed at all? We're not. Alright. I think we'll probably find lethal on him. Now the debuffs are coming. Yeah, there's Corpse Explosion, though. Corpse Explosion, all-out attack. So all-out attack is setting up the corpse to explode. Glass Knife means the Taskmaster doesn't survive. Storm of Steel to look for a 0-cost something. I don't know what the out is here. But I'll look for something. Yeah, alright. There was nothing to find. Okay. Bag of Prep is amazing. Sure. Third Fumes? I think no. Infinite Blades is kind of good. It's pretty low impact for later in the game. I think we might be full of cards that we took just for Urn. I mean, Birdface Urn is insane, but like, if we had Birdface Urn and Mummified Hand, I'd just keep peaking powers all day. But we don't, so I think we might have hit our power limit. There's a lot of powers. Why not Storm of Steel instead of all-out attack to find a power? That's correct. Yeah, I should have done that because we could have got a 1-cost power. In my head, oh, we need to do all-out attack to reduce Taskmaster's health. I don't know if Storm of Steel did enough damage to both kill Red Slaver and get Taskmaster in Corpse Explosion range. It's possible it did though. Was it a Corpse Explosion Storm of Steel plus or minus? Because I think minus isn't enough. Yeah, maybe it was enough. I'd have to look at the FUD. I don't remember the numbers clearly enough. Because we needed to do like 11 damage to Taskmaster, and I think like 8 damage to Blue Slaver, or Red Slaver. So we would have needed, what? 3 plus 3, like 6 cards in hand. Probably wasn't enough damage. I think it was only like 4 cards in hand. Infinite Blades. I mean, it generates infinite Dead Branch value, right? Currently, we don't have an infinite amount of Dead Branch value, do we? Oh, no, we do. We can just keep running back Storm of Steel. Generating stuff. Yeah, and Blade Dance. All of our value generators are infinite. For a lot of decks, like if you're playing Ironclad Dead Branch, you do eventually like run out of stuff, right? Because you just like you exhaust your whole deck. But like Silent doesn't play like that because you just generate stuff that exhausts. So there's no sense in like using infinite blades to generate resources for Dead Branch because we're never going to run out. So I think I'm skipping here. Molten Egg or Sapphire Key? We do need to pick up a Sapphire Key at some point. Molten Egg I would typically think is pretty good though. But if we're done adding attacks to the deck, then maybe we can skip it. What's an attack that we would want to add? Another Glass Knife? Is that even a take? Probably Die to Die. I would take a Die to Die, I think, still. Die to Die plus exhausts, does a ton of damage. But yeah, I think we're probably done adding attacks. I think this is probably a Sapphire Key. It's kind of a sad Fire Key, because I wish I could take the Molten Egg, but the Molten Egg just isn't very good. We've already done Pandora's Box too, and we're no on bites, so... Okay, Metallicized Gremlin Leader. That's our big challenge here. The Mega Elite. Dagger Spray is always getting played. He's at 13. These do 13. Okay. Could Glass Knife the Wizard, but I kind of want to just Glass Knife on face. Glass Knife is so much damage. It's silly. Plus we can Corpse Explode the Wizard for extra damage. It's a good turn for Piercing Whale. I don't think we really need Deadly Poison. Let's Adrenaline first. 2 Piercing Whales. We have a Nightmare. No obvious Nightmare targets in hand. We could Nightmare a Storm of Steel just to have a bunch of stuff to do next turn. But we already have, like, well-laid plans for Storm of Steel. It's kind of just madness at that point. We could, I guess we could just Nightmare anything and then Storm of Steel. I kind of want to play Footwork, though. Maybe we just hold the Nightmare. Or maybe we just Storm now. Yeah, I don't think Nightmare matters. I think we'll just Storm now. Oh wait, no, I should Piercing Whale before Storm. Duh. Okay. I don't really want to shuffle an Endless Agony, so I'll play it. Oh. Alright. So the plan is to see if he's summoning, or see if she's summoning next turn. And then if she is, we'll set up Gremlin Wizard to blow up and kill them all. But otherwise, we're probably just targeting Wizard till the end of time. Too bad about the finisher. There's no way to get energy, right? No, there is. We could draw Adrenaline. Let's draw Adrenaline. No. Drat. It's a lot of damage. Keep a Blade Dance for Shiv stuff next turn. We apparently haven't taken damage yet. That's neat. Let's see, we need to kill Wizard. He's at 11 with 5 poison. So we need to do 6 damage, so Crippling Cloud isn't very convenient, so I'll just get rid of Crippling Cloud. Second Corpse Explosion means he does 50 damage instead. Kills him pretty perfectly. Seems great. It's rarely relevant that you can stack up Corpse Explosion, but it is relevant here. It does work that way. Toss some shivs at the leader. Probably saving Piercing Wail for next turn. So I guess we play a power here. Should be lethal next turn. Yeah, I think Blade Dance is guaranteed lethal next turn. So I guess we don't need Piercing Wail. So I'll just play the Infinite Blades and hold Flying Knee. We're at full health, so we don't have any side questing to do. Because none of our relics count, yeah. Very clean fight. Healed on our Mega Elite. It's a nice sign. Third Piercing Wail. Not crazy about it. Could do, could do. It says Exhaust, blocks out. I guess it's good. Is that our last Act 2 Elite? I guess we can do another one. I was sort of assuming that this 3 would be a stretch, but we're at max health, so I guess we should assume we're doing one more. That was Leader, so next one is Slavers or Book of Stabbing, and Piercing Wail is insane in both, so I guess I'll take it. And then get there. Let's try and blow up Cultist real quick. Let's see. What do we do this turn? I guess, like, play 2 Footworks, a Deadly Poison, and a Poison Stab. Or maybe we should play the Dodge and Roll for maximum defensiveness. Could play the Well-Laid Plans instead, hold the Dodge and Roll. That's the most defensive thing, right? Yeah, sure, let's do that. Good gamble, yeah, that's true. Wow, Blade Dance, Stormsteel, a lot of stuff happening here. We're definitely killing Cultist this turn, right? We only have to play 9 more cards, so I think that's always happening. So let's switch our Shiv target. Ooh, Tactician Stormsteel. Terror, sweet. And, they are dead. Okay, easy. 4th Piercing Wail. I don't know. I think 3 is probably my limit. 4 is a lot. That's just a lot of wailing to be doing. Got a Collector bonus. If you're gonna get a Collector bonus, Piercing Wail is probably the card, right? It's not really. I don't know. I guess a deck that's a Dead Branch and 100% Piercing Wails. Like if you had literally 100 Piercing Wails and a Dead Branch, I think you'd be in pretty decent shape. Like, do you lose any fight in the game if you have 100 Piercing Wails and a Dead Branch? And these relics? I think you don't. I think you just always win. Right? Like, what's the fight you lose with 100 Piercing Wails and a Dead Branch? There's gotta be one, right? What about, like, Donu Deka? They multi-attack. We're ineligible for Gremlin Nub, right? We can't even get thwacked at this point. Oh, I guess we can get thwacked here. This is the last place to get thwacked. Yeah, it's not great for thwack. Even for thwack, though, it's pretty decent. There's always at least 2 people attacking you. I'm gonna take it. I guess there's no limit to my piercing whales. That's a weird observation. That has to be wrong, right? There's no way. I can't find find a counter example, but my instincts are screaming at me. That's a bad idea. No, I'm pretty sure you win the heart. Are you gonna struggle with Time Guy? I don't think so. It's not really a Shiv deck. We have Shivs, but it's mostly a Dead Branch deck. Also, hi, Tenakarelli. Good to see you. I don't think I've seen you in chat before. I guess I'm taking an unlimited number of piercing whales now. I guess it like dilutes the rest of the deck, but the rest of the deck isn't like very important. I just want to play piercing whale every turn. Hey, Boba Face Roll. Tingsha does a lot of work with Storm of Steel. Singing Bowl ensures that we win the game. We could actually Singing Bowl and Orrery for 10 max HP on the spot. That's pretty sick. Tingsha's very fun. It doesn't seem like it pays off a ton here. Storm of Steel, Unload, Survivor. That's it. I mean, you know, Dead Branch cards. It does work. Rare relics are expensive though. So if we buy Singing Bowl Orrery, that costs what? $320? No, $420. What is that? $427. So we can do that and card remove. Get another piercing whale. Do we ever play Mayhem? Mayhem piercing whale is not an amazing target. We definitely want a card remove too. The decay. Definitely no on footwork by this point. This footwork was a little bit sus, and then we picked 2 piercing whales after it. So it's like, what are we doing with this dex? Unclear. Just healing. It's just a card. It says it's a 1-cost power. Okay, if there was a defect card that was 0 cost and said power, would you ever pick it? And it had no text, just power. It's like an uncommon. I'd call it coroutine. I think I'd pick it occasionally. If you have like heat sinks in the deck, it's insane, right? It's kind of like the reflex of powers. What if it was 0 cost and it said, at the beginning of every turn, add a coroutine to your hand? That'd be too good. That'd be silly. Yeah, I guess it causes some problems with Mummified Hand. But, like, Defect is already so good with Mummified Hand, right? Yeah, I think that'd be a pretty good card. I think that card should exist. All right, let's do Singing Bowl Orrery and get a bunch of max HP or cards. I think we're skipping this one. I guess we'll look at them all and then decide. Maybe Blade Dance here. Is Reflex pickable? No. If we wanted the Reflex, we would have bought the Tingsha instead of the Orrery. Sucker Punch is kind of okay. I think I'd prefer stuff that says Exhaust on it. I think I'm no on Infinite Blades too, so that one's probably skipped. Second Corpse Explosion. I don't know, we've already got 1 Corpse Explosion. What do we need 2 for? Dash is pretty nice. I actually think it's probably Dash here. Cloak and Dagger Plus is a windmill slam. We're always picking that. 2 shivs and block. Sign me up. It says plus on it. Okay, so this one's a skip. You watched a VOD of yours yesterday. Looks like your favorite is the Silent. Or is he just objectively the most reliable? So I'm just, so in, what was it, December? No, yeah, in January, I started a project to try and get 3 wins with Watcher in a row. And I ended up, like, just alternating between winning and losing. Even though I had, like, pretty close to a 50% win rate with Watcher, I never got the goal after playing Watcher for an entire month. And then I was like, I kind of like the pattern of playing and practicing a single class for a month, despite the fact that it does get a little bit monotonous. But I don't like the sort of attached pressure of trying to get a win streak, because like a win streak doesn't actually, it's like kind of a following indication of your win percent. Win streaks aren't in themselves very important. It's not something you can control, right? If you just get unlucky, your win streak breaks. So I prefer the structure that I'm doing now, where I just play 1 class each month. And so this is March, so we're playing Silent all month. But I wouldn't say Silent's my favorite class, or nor is it the best class. The best class is Watcher, for trying to get high Ascension 20 win rates, for sure. We're taking the Blade Dance? I don't know. This one's definitely a skip. This one I said Dash. And this one's definitely Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger I'm very confident about. Blade Dance I'm a little wishy-washy on. Maybe this is max HP. I have a card suggestion. Get a Hello World every turn. Be kind of fun. I think Hello World is pretty good in reprogram decks. I think that's my main use case for Hello World. I'll also pick it like early. If we see like a floor 1 Hello World, that's usually a pick, because it's like, you need damage, here's damage. You need block, here's block. Hello World does some stuff. I think I'm actually gonna skip this one. I don't think I just want extra Blade Dances. Pretty happy with my current Shiv density, Storm of Steel, and Blade Dance. And I just added a Cloak and Dagger, so I don't think I want this one. I could see arguments for Dash and Corpse Explosion. Or Max HP. I'm gonna go with Dash, personally. I've got 2 footworks, so it makes sense to take some black cards, or some block cards. Coconut, Boba's saying hi to you. I don't speak Spanish, but Coconut does, so she understands what you're saying. Yeah, so Bende, so I talked about this. We have a Dead Branch, and so I tried to think of a deck that would lose, or like a fight where you would lose if you just had a deck that's entirely Piercing Whales and a Dead Branch, and I couldn't think of one. So I determined that I will take an unlimited number of Piercing Whales. There are potions available. Oh, we need to do card remove. I almost left the shop without removing the decay. That would have been stupid. Okay. This is going to be a card remove because we don't have any strikes or defends left. Do we want a card remove? I guess we can't just leave, right? We could upgrade nothing, technically. Probably Poison Stab. Unload makes some sense, too. I'm not really digging the well-laid plans that much. We haven't really set up anything with that. We could get rid of that. But eventually, Dead Branch is going to generate a Wraith form, and well-laid plans lets us hold on to it. So I think it's Poison Stab. Okay, War's full health, so I guess we keep fighting elites. This one is Book of Stabbing. We got a Caltrops Plus in our opening hand against Book of Stabbing, and a Piercing Whale. Seems good. Dead Branch just wants us to win. Dead Branch is on our side here. Extra Caltrops. Okay, you got it, Dead Branch. Dead Branch and Warp Tongues are conspiring against Book of Stabbing here. I really don't have any sympathy for Book of Stabbing. He's killed me plenty of times. Let's go ahead and neutralize so he's weak next turn, and then roll a bunch of dice. This is Exhaust. We don't really need to play a skill, though. I'd kind of just rather do 7 damage. 7 damage versus 2 poison. With a side benefit of not having to draw Noxious Fumes again. I don't think we're ever shuffling. Hey, will you chill? I'm gonna play the Fumes. It's gonna be okay, Coconut. I promise you, Twitch chat will stop being mean to you. Yeah, Mummified Hand would be so busted in this deck. Footwork Dash, Cloak and Dagger blocks out. Cloak and Dagger generates a bunch of stuff. And we don't need it for the block. So I think we're going to Cloak and Dagger first. Or we don't need the block to block out, rather. Yeah, I think as planned. This is the bad turn for Piercing Whale. Let's see if we can generate some cards. Oop, should have played the After Image before that Shiv. After Image is our block plan this turn. So we missed 1 block there. Just kidding, it's Leg Sweep. That's the plan. Okay. This is so mean. This is the meanest Book of Stabbing fight I've ever seen. Just completely bullying Act 2 elites with this deck. I'm pretty sure this is cyberbullying. I haven't read the Twitch terms of service, but this doesn't seem nice. Oh my god, he had a Mummified Hand. What in the world? Okay. Birdfacer and Mummified Hand, huh? Sure. Yeah, alright. Yeah, Rube MD called it, I guess. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, Terror seems good. I cannot get over this Mummified Hand. I'm clearly the #1 best relic for this deck is Mummified Hand, right? Mummified Hand there was better than Incense Burner or Calculated Gamble or what's the most busted relic in the entire game? I would take Mummified Hand over a boss relic here. I'd take Mummified Hand over Pyramid or Snecko Eye. Mummified Hand is absolutely insane. So that was extremely lucky, and this deck did not need any more luck. Terror seems good. It exhausts with Dead Branch. We do some physical damage. It doesn't match the mold of wait until Dead Branch wins the fight for us. But it makes fights end 50% sooner, and that's really good. Okay, I guess we're smithing because we're at full health. Could theoretically recall here. Recalling before Act 2 boss is something you can do. There's reason to do it if you're way ahead before the Act 2 boss. Let's figure out what the best upgrade is and go based on that. Terror gets a little cheaper. Adrenalines get an extra energy, which is a pretty big deal with the Dead Branch deck. We almost always have stuff we want to spend energy on. Well-laid plans. Yeah, exactly. Something you play the first time. I mean, we're not actually, like, the deck is so fast that we don't actually shuffle. So the whole, like, Warp Tongs upgrades everything in the deck eventually line is, like, becoming less and less true over time. But yeah, that was true at the beginning of the run for sure. You don't care for prices. That's kind of true. If we upgrade Terror to 0, though, it is no longer an eligible Mummified Hand target, which is nice. Yeah, could do Caltrops. I definitely don't just hate Recall, though. Because maybe like the pathing for Act 3, we don't have to go to any fires. If we recall now. But we might be like forced into fires, right? Maybe it's Glass Knife, honestly. Like, Glass Knife does a lot of damage. The Glass Knife upgrade is bonkers. 8 extra damage. What? Why does Glass Knife get to have that upgrade? That's so insane. Glass Knife is good, like, to start with, and like Glass Knife Plus is just like completely off the track in terms of power level. It's like the god tier front loaded card. Yeah, Wildlife Plans is nice. It hasn't really been paying off very much, but eventually we're going to generate a Wraith form, right? And we'll want to hold on to it. Ideally in the Heart Fight, along with Nightmare and Setup and another Nightmare. Yeah, I guess I'm going to take the Glass Knife upgrade. I don't know. This helps us, like, kill Orb Walkers in Act 3. Okay, Venom is free. Noxious Fumes is free. Corpse Explosion's free. Could play Piercing Wail just to generate a card, because we've got 4 energy left. Sure. Worth it. Okay, Piercing Wail Plus this turn. Seems like it's probably getting played. Seems like the line is probably like Piercing Wail Plus Terror Dash. That's fair. Yeah, we could have recalled to get an upgraded Wraith form. Wraith form Plus would be nice. Who is our damage target here? Maybe we skip the dash and do like Cloak and Dagger and Storm of Steel instead. Yeah, it's definitely an early recall, but like this deck is bonkers, so we can clearly handle it. I think this is always happening, so let's see what the Dead Branch roll is. Okay. Why are we so convinced that we will get a Wraith form? I mean, it's, we generate so many cards with Dead Branch. We've already generated 100 cards, and we're going to play, like, probably generate 300 cards by the end of the run. There's only, like, what is it, like, 80 silent cards? So we should have generated one already. Statistically. Alright, let's play Terror and Cloak and Dagger. Deflect blocks out. Actually, I probably should have played Flechettes first. kind of didn't realize how much damage Full Shots did there. I guess it's less than Storm of Steel, though. But Storm of Steel does kind of pollute the deck. Hey, Natsuki. How's it going? The massive reality that Prismatic Shard offers you. Yeah, I did move some stuff around. The previous camera location does block Collector's thing, so still can't beat Ascension 20. You'll get there. It's you know, you've got the skills you need. Just takes some doing. Are we just ignoring torch heads? Is that wise? We have 4 times 7 damage, so 28 damage. And I guess it's 5 times 7, so 35 damage. But it's more damage if it's on Collector, right? I think we're just ignoring torch heads. Okay. Maybe now we take down the torch head. Now that we're like unable to block. No. Yeah, we kind of unfortunate ordering. We got like Terror and Corpse Explosion before she spawned the torch heads. So we're a little bit behind the 8-ball for... Like, we didn't get to land the Corpse Explosion and use it to kill both. So this is 24 damage. Yeah, I think we do have to Terror and Shiva the torch head here. Well, even if we Terror and Shiva torch head, we still only have 24 damage. It's not enough to kill them. I guess it is with Unload. It's not blocking for much, though. Two escape plans. There are a bunch of skills. It's mostly skills. 6 out of 10. So we could like double footwork, double escape plan. Or I guess like footwork, double escape plan, unload. Okay. Oh, right. Mummified Hand. Okay. Well. That was dumb. I meant to play the unload, but I discarded it. Or I meant to play the, you know what card I'm talking about. Adrenaline, but I discarded it because I forgot what was happening. This card's good. This decost stuff. We're blocked out. I guess I'll generate a Dead Branch card. We're about to shuffle, but I want to spend my energy. Alright. Okay, so we're just trying to get back to full health here. And we got a bunch of powers. We are getting lethal soon, so we're running out of time to get back to full health. Lethal is now guaranteed next turn. So we'll just hope to draw power next turn. I guess we'll hold the backflip. Okay. So full health, that's fine. Another Adrenaline. Storm of Steel's been quite good. Probably one of those two. Technically, it was a health neutral boss fight. We came into the fight at full health and took some damage because I was an idiot, and then healed back up. We're probably most afraid of Time Eater. So I think we take Adrenaline because it's better than Storm of Steel. Neither one's particularly good against Time Eater, but Adrenaline's quite a bit better. Adrenaline is also an ineligible target for Mummified Hand, which is nice. Well, Storm of Steel got a big buff recently. Storm of Steel used to cost 2 and upgrade to costing 1. Or did it cost 2 in both forms? I think it always cost 2. Explain to me how to beat the heart. The key to beating the heart is surviving the first cycle. To me, once you can survive the first cycle, any deck that gets to the heart can win. But surviving the first cycle is sort of a non-trivial challenge. Yeah, it was always 2 and the upgrade was Shiv Plus. Man, old Storm of Steel was terrible. So yeah, Artifact Potion, Clockwork Souvenir, Orange Pellets, or just like max HP are the easiest solutions to that. Coming into the fight with a bunch of health will work. Generally, like trying to block with a bunch of decks is not really an option because you'll be frail and vulnerable. So your decks won't pay off as much as you're used to, and you'll end up blocking for 20 when the heart hits you for 50, losing a bunch of health. You can still pull it off with dex-based block decks, as I hope to demonstrate. Although most of the block from this build is Piercing Well, so. Yeah, but once you can survive the first cycle, then you're in pretty good shape, because then the vulnerable and frail wear off, so generally the second cycle isn't a big challenge. And same for the third cycle. By the fourth cycle, he's scaled up quite a bit, so you're on a bit of a clock, but the first 3 cycles take 9 turns, so as long as you're doing like about 100 damage a turn, and you survive the first cycle, you should be good. So I don't think it's ever Runic Pyramid. Runic Pyramid's a little bit scary with Dead Branch, because we're going to have a full hand at the end of pretty much every turn anyway. I guess that Runic Pyramid removes one of the ways that we lose, which is that we like don't draw our cards at the right time. So maybe Runic Pyramid is actually good. Certainly makes the well-laid plans less good. But even, I mean, honestly, just 1-cost power is pretty decent with Mummified Hand, Birdface Iron. Kind of like the hypothetical defect card we were talking about. Yeah, the Storm of Steel is a little bit, it's a little silly, but like, you know, you always draw 10 cards, so you generate a bunch of stuff. You always have your Piercing Wails at the right time. It's not like terrible. It's a little bit weird, but I think Pyramid's probably the pick. Pyramid is so powerful that like whenever it's good, it's probably the best. I'm not sure what we're looking for from Calling Bell. It seems like we've got a ton of power from relics already. I think the best case scenario for Calling Bell is we get Gambling Chip. And if we want Gambling Chip, why don't we just pick Runic Pyramid? Isn't Runic Pyramid like just do the same thing as Gambling Chip but better? Like it gives you the control over your turn that you want. And then Slaver's Collar is good if we get more if we want more energy. And we do have we're pretty energy hungry, right? With Dead Branch, we kind of want an unlimited amount of energy. Which is pretty compelling. So I think it's probably either Pyramid or Collar here. Rio Pew Pew wants the Calling Bell. Understandable. How do you resist the allure? I don't know. I'm just afraid, like, okay, imagine turn 2 against the Spire Elites, right? So, like, turn 1 is insane. We do something silly. We draw a bunch of powers and play a bunch of powers. And, you know, we draw 7 cards on turn 1, and we have Lantern, and Enchiridion goes off, and we do silly stuff, right? And then turn 2, we draw 2 burns, and, like, neutralize, and, like, slice, and deadly poison. And then we're like, oh no. We just died. You know, like there's some really bad RNG that can happen, and that's pretty much the only way we die. And like this doesn't help with that, and this does. So I think we take this. Okay, Awakened One is kind of a problem for this deck. We do kind of just like spam powers. We have Mummified Hand and Birdfacer, and so with good reason, but we also have Piercing Whales and Pyramid though, so we should be able to spam powers, kill him, and then reduces his attack to 0 anyway. Looks like 3 elites is probably going to happen. One of these two, and then either these two or these two. I guess with these two we can start here. So any of the first 3, and then one of these 2 paths. I guess actually we can do this too. That's actually probably the best because extra question marks. This one's got a fire before it. I guess this one also has a fire before it. Yeah, Bendy Pad 1. He gets 2 strength every time you play a power. That's his mechanic. I always avoid Pyramid with Branch. I'm excited to watch the rest of this run. Yeah, it definitely could be a mistake. There's definitely ways to get screwed with that. We'll have to pay a lot of attention to things. I think I like this left path where we do this elite first, and then this one, because it gets these 2 question marks and these 3 question marks, which is pretty good. Not really interested in shops. We'll just go to an Act 4 shop. If we don't like this elite when we're here, we can get an extra fire instead. There's also a lot of question marks available on this route. That's 4 question marks. And the same number of fires. I guess that way actually only has 2 hallway fights. And this way has 3. So if I'm trying to avoid hallway fights, this way is better. I don't know if I'm particularly trying to avoid hallway fights. They are worth 2 max HP. They don't seem particularly dangerous, but I think question marks are good, right? So I'll go for it. 2 spikers. Rude. Oh boy, this turn's gonna be something. Alright, we want to land poison on spikers, right? That's our goal here. Oh great, okay, we have a corpse explosion. Problem solved. We can dash on this one. Dash on this one, Glass Knife that one. Glass Knife takes 14 back, though. Maybe we can afford it. We have a burst, huh? Burst Storm of Steel, just discard a bunch of shivs. Unload helps us discard stuff if we need that. Do like burst, dodge, and roll. Generate some block for next turn. Seems okay. Gets cards out of hand too. Glass Knife's not particularly incredible here. Alright, Fume's Cloud should win it easily. This fight's a little bit scary, but not anymore. We just have to block out. Which we can't quite do. I guess we could do it with Essence of Steel. Thanks for the follow. 4-inch Sage. Appreciate support. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. Okay, so we need blocks, so let's look for it with Blade Dance on this guy. Anything else exhaust? Yes. Do you think Flintlock? Do you think I messed it up? I should probably go back and try again. Okay, Piercing Well should block out, right? Oh wait, we don't have the energy anymore. Dear. Alright, whatever, we take 3. Alright, Explosive Pot. Cloak and Dagger minus, I don't think we're really that interested in. Take the max HP. This fight. We could kill ourselves for no reason for a rare relic. I think we probably win. Piercing Well's pretty good in this fight, right? Yeah, we do have Corpse Explosion. Easy to overstate the value of Corpse Explosion, though. I don't think Corpse Explosion is like a cure-all here. We can Nightmare and Adrenaline. It's pretty exciting. Are we gonna be able to clear enough hand room to make that useful? Unclear. Did we miss healing? I tried to get healing at the end of the fight. I'm not sure what I missed for those spikers. I mean, we're at full health right now, so it clearly didn't matter too much, but... let's do some... Gosh. Our hand is stubbornly full. Oops, not that one, this one. Maybe this one. Oh wait, I have 2 Stormsteels in hand. I don't need that. I think I'm just gonna Storm. I've got 6 energy, let's find something to do with it. Sure. Phantasmal Killer. That seems good. Save some block for next turn. No Corpse Explosion required. Just a lot of Envenom. Sure. The classic solution to the Sphere fight. Just pick Envenom and kill both. Duh. We have a Wing Boots now. How does that change our pathing? It's not does it change our pathing, it's how. So we can hit an extra fire here and then jump back to hit 2 fires? No. We probably want to get 3 elites from this sequence, right? So we can go here, there, here to get an extra question mark and 3 elites. So we want to spend 1 charge before that, ideally. So we can go question mark to question mark, fight here, and then grab him an extra fire. And then do the little ping pong. I'm not sure what the extra fire is for exactly, but, you know. Yeah, this looks like max HP for sure. I need another Corpse Explosion. Falling, uh-oh. fairly happy to lose any of these. Caltrops is probably the best card. I don't really need Crippling Cloud or Unload anymore. I think Unload's probably the worst card. Unload's kind of helpful, though, for dealing with statuses in Act 4. Getting the wound out of hand in the heart fight. So I guess I'll lose the Crippling Cloud. Crippling Cloud kind of overlaps with the Piercing Wails. Okay. Bunch of footwork. Sure. More footwork. I'll go ahead and hold the Piercing Wail for next turn. Probably gonna use the Explosive Pot in the fight, but we'll see when we get there. Corpse Explosion would be nice in this fight, obviously. Thanks for the follow, Pouty Panda 7. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. We're just trying to kill this one and Corpse Explosion the other ones, if possible. Ooh, a Tactician. We have a Prepared in hand. That seems good. Clear out a Piercing Wail. Currently 12 damage coming in, so we gotta generate 4 block. Dash does that pretty easily. And we can draw some more cards. Alright, we're having trouble getting to that Corpse Explosion. Doesn't look like we're getting there. So maybe we just line up a bunch of fumes. I guess Caltrops does damage. Oh, we get to Cloak and Dagger too. Okay. And I'll neutralize for hand size. Okay. Corpse Explosion, one time. No times. Piercing Wail again to the rescue. Concentrate's pretty useful. I might add a Concentrate to the deck if I saw one. Let's block with Dash. Get rid of some cards. And generate more cards. Get Skewer out of hand or hold it. I don't see any reason to get it out of hand. We could have knocked that Darkling down, but no reason to do so. I think we're trying to kill both next turn, ideally. There's Corpse Explosion. Okay. Easy way. Sure. We're full health. We don't have any counting relics. We're done. Catalyst is kind of pickable. Definitely helps against Time Eater. But it's not obvious that we're fighting Time Eater. It may never happen. And max HP is always good. It does say exhaust on it, that is true. But with Pyramid, I think we're running into hand size problems here. So maybe if it said 0 and exhaust, I would pick it, but it doesn't. And I don't think we're going to be upgrading Catalyst. I'm not really interested in trying to find a burst or anything, so I think we're going to skip this one. We've got enough damage. Oh, that's right. We're just going through question marks here and then jumping in the fire. Okay. I don't think we want Madness. It does say exhaust and reduce the cost of another card to 0, so that's kind of nice. 14 max HP is a bit. And the Madnesses themselves don't really do anything. It's not really a combo deck. So I think we're just losing the max HP. Sorry, Singing Bowl. All of your hard work was for nothing. Okay. Afterimage seems like a reasonable first play. Decosted Storm of Steel. Fascinating. Let's keep playing powers until everything costs 0. And then generate some more cards. Acrobatics to fill up the hand for Storm of Steel. I like it. I don't really want to play more Fumes, I just want to Storm. Phantasmal Killer, now we're talking. Oh wait, that was... I'm gonna restart the fight and just not play the Phantasmal Killer. That was just obviously wrong. He's gonna be intangible next turn. I got excited. I saw a Phantasmal Killer and I was like, go! This is your moment. It was not my moment. Okay, so now we're back to the Phantasmal Killer. So we're not playing that. We're not interested this turn. Infinite Blades and Poison Step seem fine though. And I guess Dagger Spray if it's 0. Okay. Now we want to play the Phantasmal Killer. Now he's hitting for 46. Gadzooks. Should be able to block for 46, but it might be a bit of a struggle. We want to land that footwork on dash, ideally. Can we ensure that? We can play Phantasmal Killer first, and then it hits either another power or one of the two. Alright, and then Well-Laid Plans hits dash. Sure. Dodge and roll is blocking for 10. Let's keep looking. Second Corpse Explosion. Great. Exactly what I was looking for. I guess Piercing Wail, Dodge and roll is the max block. I guess I'll roll prepared. See what that is. It's nothing. Alright, so we take a little bit of damage, but that's okay. We've got healing. We kind of have, like, gobs of healing, actually. With Birdface Urn. Heals for a lot. I guess Fumes is strictly better than Well-Laid Plans, because Well-Laid Plans is a blank card. So I'll play Fumes. And it hits a Piercing Wail, which blocks out. And we'll play a bunch of cards. This is probably lethal, right? So this hits for 12 times 6 is, what, 72? Yeah, so it's lethal. So we'll go to full health. And then lethal him. Okay. Akabiko. Ooh, extra Piercing Wail versus extra Cloak and Dagger plus. It's probably 5th Piercing Wail, right? Let's take the Dex Pot over the Explosive Pot. Explosive Pot's mostly just useful in Act 1. Although Essence of Steel is one of the weakest potions. This is probably, if you could name the 2 weakest potions, it'd probably be these two for this situation. These are not very good. Dex Pot's not great either, but it's better than these. So. No, Weak Potion's great. Oh, I see, you're trolling. Yeah, Weak Potion would be great, but, you know. Another common potion just happens to be a really good one. So Cloak and Dagger is just like for more Dead Branch rolling, and Piercing Wail is for more blocking. Thanks for the follow, Super Tech. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. I don't know. I don't know. Piercing Wail, Cloak and Dagger. Maybe skip is the answer, if I don't know. I don't feel like super strongly about it. I think with Runic Pyramid, it's pretty unlikely we need 5 Piercing Wails, right? Because we have to, like, play them, you know? You only really need, like, 2 or 3 in the heart fight. You're not going to need 5. So I think we're done taking Piercing Wails. I think we're done taking Cloak and Dagger, too. I think we've got enough shivs. So I think this is max HP. Could you order cards by type? I actually get confused when I order cards by type. I like, because for me it, like, tells a story, right? It's like, what was the first card you picked? Well, it doesn't really make sense anymore because it's, we did Pandora's Box, but, like, got an early Storm of Steel. Our first card was a Poison Dagger, and we removed it. We took a Storm of Steel early, and then, you know. So that's how my mind thinks about the deck. It makes more sense to think about it in terms of type, right? But I would say yes, you are doing something wrong. Tennis Solari. So people with experience in deck building games have a usually correct instinct that removing cards is amazing, right? If you've ever played Dominion, the most busted card in Dominion is Chapel, right? Because it costs 2 and lets you destroy as many cards as you want, right? So, like, Chapel, as soon as Chapel's in the card set, you're like, there's going to be some sort of absolutely degenerate combo. I don't have the expansion that Bishop's in. I don't know Bishop. But yeah, so, like, Chapel's super bust, right? And that's true, right? If you can get down to a 10-card deck in Slay the Spire, you can do an infinite loop, right? And, like, play only whatever 2 cards repeatedly. But you can't usually do that in Slay the Spire. Usually you're not going for an infinite loop. And so usually what you're interested in doing is diluting the density of strikes and defends in your deck. Because strikes and defends are not only bad, they're, like, much worse than other cards. Like, any card you can add to the deck is better than a strike or defend. So if you're aiming for a 20-card deck, you'll end up, even though you're focusing on removes and not inflating the deck size, you'll end up with a higher density of strikes and defends than you should have. And obviously that doesn't apply here because we have Pandora's Box, so we don't have any strikes or defends, but that's why Pandora's Box is good, right? Don the Mask, gain the gold. Yeah, diluting status cards is very important in Act 4. That's true as well. So yeah, if you can choose when you're going into Act 4 and you're not playing an infinite combo, if you can choose between having a 30 and a 60-card deck, you'd want the 60-card deck. It does introduce additional failure states, right, where it's like you draw 3 copies of the same card and the card's not useful. But in general, you'd want the deck to be larger rather than smaller in Act 4. But Act 4 is a little bit weird because that's usually not true. Oof. Yeah, 4 status cards on 2. That can happen. I have drawn 5 on 2. I've gotten the whole shebang. It's not good times. You don't want to do that. Don't be like me. That was an infinite combo deck where I like just didn't plan properly, and I like did the infinite combo on 1, and then there were no cards in the draw pile, and he was like, "Here's your 5 statuses, bitch. Have fun with that." I was like, "No." I think I still won the run, but turn 2 was pretty painful. I learned my lesson. I think this is our recall. Okay, so we pick either of these 2, and then we jump over here and upgrade something. Is it really a good use of a Wing Boost charge just to get an extra upgrade instead of a fight? This is Vegetablebread. Vegetablebread draws 5 statuses on turn 2. Don't be like Vegetablebread. This is your brain on vegetables. We've got 3 charges left. Did we do this wrong? No, we're gonna go like this, then this, then this, and this. So all we're getting out of 2 of our Wing Boots charges is we're substituting a fight for a fire and a question mark. But, oh well. It's nothing better to do. Upgraded adrenaline would be nice. Footwork. Any of the powers get played as soon as they're seen a lot of the time, other than well-laid plans, obviously. Maybe caltrops. Piercing Whale? No, Piercing Whale's not useful. It's kind of useful against Reptomancer, right? Dash has got a good upgrade. Terror becomes an ineligible target for Mummified Hand. Getting Shiv pluses is surprisingly impactful. Hey, Gamatory. Is this a mod that changes defends by whales? No, this is a Pandora's box. And the Dead Branch is really what's convincing us that Piercing Whales are so good. I mean, Piercing Whales are always good, but they're really good right now. Yeah, I think it's Caltrops. We're a little slow against the heart. I would like to be a little faster, please. Okay. You have a mod list. No, I don't. I can tell you, though. It's, oh, wait, I can just mouse over it now because my camera isn't there anymore. Observe and reflect. Caltrops hits Caltrops. Seems completely unnecessary against Giant Head, but whatever. Piercing Whale doesn't really do anything against Giant Head, but whatever. I want to hit that dash, so let's hit the dash. Darn, we missed. I'll just spend the Piercing Whales to get extra slow procs. Get rid of them. And then I'll try to have Fumes hit the dash. Damn it. Generate some extra cards. I'll save the backflip for draw in the future. We've only got 1 energy left. 34 damage shivs on turn 1. Oh, I guess that was from Akabiko. Okay. That was a bunch of damage. Defect Ascension climbing's giving you trouble? Yeah, understandable. It's a difficult game for sure. Let's play Fumes. And then a backflip because it's free. I wasn't planning on backflipping, but I will. I guess I'll footwork too if I have it. Great, that was also free, it turns out. I just want to play Storm of Steel, but the deck keeps giving me good stuff to do, so I'll keep doing it. Okay, and then we Masterful Stab and Storm of Steel. I guess 1000 Cuts is guaranteed to hit Corpse Explosion, which is kind of neat. Sure. Ooh, Pendib Eviscerate. I just forgot I had a Pendib because it hasn't procced yet. That's pretty good. Can we get another proc this turn? Probably not, but maybe. He's not weak. On Ascension 12, mostly gave away my runs for potential Claw decks. Claw is done. Oh, Clad is done. Haven't started the other 2. Yeah, it doesn't take that long. It's pretty easy to do the Ascension climb. It's fun. I guess I'll Doppel for 2. Draw some extra cards. Somehow I don't think he's going to be making it until he counts to 0. Unload draws 2 cards with Reflex. It's kind of neat. I want to play the Adrenaline, though. And I'm going to clear out room for the Adrenaline, so I'll neutralize first. And then Heel Hook is free, I guess? Yeah, it is. Prepared gets extra slow procs. Oh, we can discard the reflex now? Sure. Let's see, I want to clear out room. I guess I'll play Deadly Poison? And then Adrenaline? We clearly have lethal, right? This is silly. Alright, so we should be setting up Pendant for next fight. But I think I'm just going to use it for murder. Okay. Bottled Flame. Outmaneuver plus is quite nice for Pyramid. We like very frequently have too much stuff to do for our energy. And with Pyramid, we sort of know when the dangerous turns are and know when we're going to need the energy. So I think Outmaneuver is going to get picked. Is there anything good for Bottled Flame? Usually the answer is no. There's a Glass Knife plus in the deck. Actually, we have an Akabiko, so Glass Knife plus is pretty insane. It's 40 damage. Bottled Flame is probably the worst relic in the game. It's like the only relic that you like usually don't want. But with a Pen Nib, a Akabiko, and a Bottled Flame all hitting Glass Knife, it does actually hit for like, what is it? So it's 20, but then 40 because of Pen Nib times 2, so it hits for 80 on turn 1. It's just a lot of damage. And if we get Terror on one, then it hits for 120. Alright. I'll allow it. Colorless Pot versus Essence of Steel. Probably better than Essence of Steel. Essence of Steel, not super useful. Okay, so now we jump for an extra Elite, right? And then we see Reptomancer and we're sad that our Pen Nib is not set up. Nope. Saved. Alright, the Piercing Wails are for the multi-attacks, so we'll save those. I'd like to find the Terror before we Glass Knife, but if we can't find it, that's fine. Is there a Flying Knee in the deck? Where'd that Flying Knee come from? Did it get generated? I'm so confused about that Flying Knee. I must have... Did I play a power? What in the world? Oh, I played Adrenaline. That's where it came from. Got it. Just flew in. I should give you timeout for that. No, I'm fine with puns. Just kidding. Okay, Glass Knife is free now. Let's clear up some more room in hand. I guess save our block for next turn. Come on, I tried so hard to find my Terror, but I just found these 4 Piercing Wails. No, I don't time out people for trivial things. That's fine. Alright, we've done the big attack. More Adrenaline. Good, good. I'm glad you're here. We can set up our dash for next turn. Okay. Sure, why not? We've already got blur up, so might as well save some block. Blade Dance could end up overdrawing us next turn. It's not a huge deal if it does. Oh wow, it definitely is going to. Okay, only 2 cost cards, sure. That's kind of bad. Well, I guess we get to save the block from this, so I'll use it. While he is hittable. Okay. Apparently we don't get to draw any cards. Ha! The 45 damage attack. Meet 45 block. Your nemesis. You're my nemesis, but this is your nemesis. Yes, it is Dead Branch Pyramid. little bit of a not a great combo, but I still think it's great. Burst, huh? I guess Riddle with Holes just does 5 damage. That's something. I'm definitely not using Pen Nib while he's intangible. So I guess I'll Piercing Wail to save 1 health. Okay. Alright, there's the 0-cost dash. Let's choke and do a bunch of stuff. This Piercing Wail blocks out. Maybe should have bursted it just to have something to do. There, Unload. Unload draws us a new hand. Draws us a new hand, but with 0 energy. Hey, Guitar. He can be multi-attacking again next turn. I guess I'm not really in any like, big rush. I can just wait. It is 45 damage attack again. Let's go and weaken him, see where he's at after that. I'd like to burst backflip, but we don't have room in hand. So I'll make a bit of room. Now we have room for burst backflip. Double Piercing Wail blocks some. Sorry, did I say Buenos Dias to Guitar? I don't know. If I didn't, Buenos Dias. Even if I did, Buenos Dias. This blocks for 14. I guess that's kind of enough. We take 2. Then we can just heal 2 next turn. Yeah, we take a little bit more than that because of the interaction with weak. Okay. So let's play some powers and get our health back. I'm going to play this Unload to draw a new hand, but I want to play the Blur as well. So let's play like Terror, Blur, Unload. I guess that's not quite enough block, huh? Okay, I'll just Blur Unload then. Skip the Terror. Still not enough block. Drat. Dude, 45 damage attacks every turn for this guy. He's got no breaks. That card's useless. Oh wait, it heals us for 2, I guess. Let's look for more block. Ouch. Let's drink a potion. Weak works. Nemesis giving us the business here. We got a significant little chunk of health. We have lethal, but I just want to look for some health back. Looks like we're not getting it. We could wait theoretically. If we can put him on 1, I'll wait. No, we can't. Next thing is Pen Nib setup. That's as good as we can do. Kind of rough. Gear is basically useless, but maybe we get 1 strength out of it. Concentrate seems pretty pickable. Concentrate Pyramid. We frequently get bad stuff from Dead Branch, so let's pick the Concentrate. And get that extra question mark. Could upgrade all cards for you can no longer heal. We don't have any healing. I guess we have Meal Ticket and End Effect healing. And that's it. Upgrading all cards would be significant, but not life-changing. We already have Warp Tongs, so it's not like a huge deal. Let's just take a Rare Relic. That's true. It would turn off Earn. Good point. Good point. Okay, alright. You know what? I missed some stuff. You guys are both correct. Absolutely. Another turn 1 Caltrops Plus against Hexaghost in this run. And then we have to either play Glass Knife or Dagger Spray first because they pay off Akabiko. Yeah, you're right, 16. Sorry, I missed the Bird Facer. Let's discard a card and then Pen Nibs. Ooh, actually, Masterful Stab, same amount of damage. Normally, it's like a. Yeah, normally I guess I don't have whatchamacallit, Masterful Stab because it's not a good card. Okay. That's to turn 1. Didn't find any Piercing Whales. We're going to need one. Ah, there's one. We do not need dash. Let's play Piercing Whale and Terror and see what the expensive card is that we generate. So that we can decost it with Footwork. Looks like we didn't generate one. That's okay. Burst Dodge and Roll is pretty good after Footwork. I guess that's actually pretty unnecessary, so I'll just burst Adrenaline. You know, I haven't really talked about it, but this this Slice is actually pretty good. It's a Pandora's Box card. I didn't put it in the deck intentionally, but just having a 0-cost attack you can get out of the hand has been pretty useful. Oh yeah. If you create a copy of a card, I see. You said bursted. I assumed you said busted for some reason. Yeah, bursted copies don't trigger a dead branch. Neither do Echo Form copies or double tap copies. Anything that creates a copy of a card. Necronomicon. Let's get some healing. So we want to get healing and we want to set up Pendib on 9. So we only want to attack 2 more times. Which means we need to find more poison. Which I guess means we play Fumes into Fumes. Okay, we're at full health. We can burst Corpse Explosion next turn. Or now. Not now. Well, they plans just to get it out of hand. Alright. We're not going to need Storm or Steel. That's not part of the plan. Do we neutralize now? Let's see. How much damage is he taking? He takes 5 damage return and 23 plus 31, which is 54. 54 plus 5. So he's dead to unload now. So we can just unload and then the fight's over. Okay. Full health. Pendant on 9. Get a Lizard Tail. Very nice. Highly appreciated. Prepared is probably a pick. Well, it plans a really bad bandage up. It's actually not, because we have Mummified Hand too. Bandage up and a Madness. Yeah, good point. It is kind of a Madness. I mean, it's not exactly a Madness, because Madness is for the whole fight, not just for the turn, but it's a good analogy. Yeah, any problems with Prepared Plus? Nope. Okay. One final elite for the memories. We got, was that 3 Giant Heads in Act 3? Giant Head was our first and last, and I think we got him in the middle, too. This was the Giant Head. No, we only fought 4, so we can't have fought 3 Giant Heads. Actually, it was 2 Giant Heads, 2 Nemesis. It was Giant Head, Nemesis. Wait. It must have been Nemesis, Giant Head, Nemesis, Giant Head? Yeah, there was no Reptimancers, right? Hey, we finally generated a Wraith form. It actually wasn't Dead Branch, though. We talked a lot about Dead Branch generating a Wraith form. This one was Enkerelden. That's funny. Yeah, Dead Branch has generated 236 cards, 0 Wraith forms. Usually you can sort of count on a Wraith form Dead Branch generate in a long fight. Not this round. Alright, let's draw some cards. We're going to want to play a bunch of cards before Glass Knife. We have the whole Glass Knife Pen Nib thing. And let's make it do some work. Not going to need Wraith Form in the fight. Nothing left to play that isn't an attack other than Piercing Wail and Concentrate, so I guess I'll play Piercing Wail. Concentrate Tactician. It's a lot of energy, but not really any point. Okay, so it seems like that's the end of the road. We have to play the Glass Knife now. 160 damage. It's a good first attack. An opening salvo. Backstab does exhaust, but it doesn't attack twice for Akabiko. So we're going to play these in ascending order of damage, and I think we're going to skip Unload. Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. Your turn. Take 200. There's the terror. You're late. Let's reduce some hand size. We don't need that or that. And I guess this. These cards are kind of bad, so let's generate some new ones. I guess we want to play non-attacks first for slow procs. Two Corpse Explosions in hand. Seems good. So 6 is the lowest damage, so play that. Oops, I should have played Corpse Explosion earlier for the slow proc. That's a mistake. Tiny mistake, but a mistake. Masterful Stab for 90. When will Giant Head give up? Too soon, it turns out. We want to set up Pen Nib, so I'm going to end the turn and try and play more attacks next turn. Storm of Steel him to death, maybe. Hey, Mystic Streams. I am playing Slay the Spire. Looks like we are not going to get too many attacks in before he dies. Just one. Okay. Floor 48, Omamori, get hyped. Yeah, I like Slay the Spire a lot. You should definitely check it out if you haven't already. It's a roguelike deck builder where you sort of assemble a deck of cards and a collection of relics, and then you do crazy combos against monsters and climb a spire and fight some bosses. This is both near the end of the game and a high Ascension level, so this is quite different than the game you would experience on your first playthrough. Mostly just that things are a lot more complicated, but this is sort of like aspirationally what you'll eventually get up to. If you have any more adrenaline, you're gonna have a heart attack. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Adrenalines are definitely like filling up the hand. And I did kill that one triple adrenaline deck by just like having too much adrenaline and dying to Time Lord. It doesn't seem like that's gonna happen here, but it could happen. But I think I want more. Is an upgrade better than a strength? Probably not. And Jokala, I think there's a couple of things you can do to make the game a little bit harder. Baylor's preferred method of making the game harder is laddering. So you only count it as a win if you can win every single Ascension level with some sort of restriction. You can put restrictions on yourself, like you're only allowed to deal damage with pressure points, or like you're not allowed to skip card rewards or something that can make it harder. But yeah, this is the hardest, like, sort of unmodified difficulty level. Oh, was I offered a skewer at the last card ward? That's fair. I don't think we really need the damage, but you're not wrong. Skewer's fairly useful. We do have a lantern as well. Kingdom Hearts 2 FM Plus streamers. What does that even mean? Yeah, I think this is probably lift, right? I really want that terror that we upgraded, but I can't really justify it versus lift here. Final mix. Interesting. Okay. Might want to hold back on the powers a little bit in this fight. I think we're probably still going to let them fly for the most part, though. Because we've got piercing vials. Ideally, we would draw a corpse explosion on one, and then we could corpse explode one of the cultists, and then kind of take our time. But we don't really get to know if that is the case or not. Let's clear up some hand size and draw some cards. Terror is going on Awakened one, right? Okay. We need to reduce the deck size a little bit before the next Adrenaline, so I'll play Caltrops and probably whatever it decosts. Unfortunately, it's Piercing Whale, which also keeps the deck size up. But I guess I can just do that. A second Terror? Wonderful. Okay, so at this point we probably just Terror this Cultist too, and then just kill them both naturally. Or at least assume that we're not going to get a Corpse Explosion. This also blocks. Grand Finale is actually pretty set-upable with this deck. We just have to make sure that we draw to exactly at the end of the draw pile, and then we can Grand Finale in this fight. I guess Cloak and Dagger. I want to get rid of Doppelganger, but playing it doesn't really effectively get rid of it. Excuse me. Let's just Sucker Punch him, and then we'll, like, maybe find Dagger Spray to finish them both off. I guess we could just Dagger Throw on him, then he's dead. Okay. Probably want to play Footwork, I think. Alright. I guess I'll just kill the other cultist too. There's the Dagger Spray. It was the next card. Need to find an answer to this attack. Let's play Outmaneuver to clear room and Dagger Spray to clear room. Yeah. More Adrenaline. Sure. Could play another Footwork, but then we have no energy. And he gets stronger. I guess we want to play the Footworks, though, so I guess I will. And the no energy isn't that bothersome, because we have a Burst Adrenaline if we need it. And a Concentrate, apparently. Let's get rid of these powers. Yeah, well, Adrenaline is definitely good. It's not as good as Wraith Form, but, you know, it's good. I'm not complaining. Okay, so now we have to, like... I guess we could, like, Piercing Wail and then Concentrate Dash. Yeah, that does a pretty good job. I'll use the small Piercing Wail because I want to use the big one for transforming him. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the Blade Dance. No, I'll just do the Grand Finale. I kind of want to split him and then set up Grand Finale for the next turn. That's kind of fun. Alright, I'll try to do that. Okay. Alright. This looks like a Piercing Wail turn. So much Adrenaline. Yeah, it doesn't look like Grand Finale is going to be convenient to set up, right? Because we'd have to draw... If we draw all 5 cards next turn, then we'd only have to draw 1 the following turn. So I think I'm going to give up on that dream for the moment and just Storm. Storm to find an answer. Oh, the calculated gamble would have gotten us there. Oops. Okay. Great. There's the Corpse Explosion I could have used to clear the cultists. Let's just calculate a gamble. And Survivor to finish blocking out. Do we want the Dead Branch card or no? Yes, it's better than holding a Fumes at least. Doppelganger for 3 energy next turn. Card draw doesn't really matter, but the energy is nice. Okay, can we get a pen nib for Glass Knife? Probably. Got 2 Blade Dances in hand. Let's decrease the hand size a little bit. Dash blocks out. We can use that decrease as well. I guess I'll discard 2 unloads. Grand Finale again. Okay. The game's sending me a message. I'm not sure what the message is, but it seems to have something to do with Grand Finale. We can probably get lethal this turn if we want that. We have a weak in hand, weaken some good block. Yeah, okay. I don't see any reason to sandbag it. I guess we kind of want to sandbag it until we have a bunch of powers in hand, right? Then we'd play a bunch of powers. Oh, shoot. Oh, right. No Piercing Wail is an excellent reason to not split him. Okay. We're way far away from Grand Finale. So this would split. We don't want to do that. That would also split. Alright, so I guess I'll just play this. To draw extra cards. Alright. Seems like we need to weaken him to block. So Crippling Cloud, Backflip probably. Concentrate's nice. Do we burst the backflip? No, I want to be able to burst a piercing wail. Okay, we have burst piercing wail. Do we also have lethal? 24, we do. So we burst piercing wail, he goes down to 0 strength, and then we split him. Seems okay. We've got a bullet time in hand, so presumably we'll be able to handle next phase. Okay. The other grand finale is back. Excellent. Do we have any card draw? We don't. But we should generate cards before we bullet time, because bullet time affects specifically the cards in hand, not cards that you generate. Another burst. If we play 1,000 Cuts first, though, we might not be able to play bullet time, unless it hits it. I guess we have some issues here. But he's like hitting us for 40 and we can't block. I guess dodge and roll blocks for 18. It's pretty good. Crippling Cloud also. Yeah, we'll just bullet time and then we can burst, dodge, and roll, and Crippling Cloud are going to do a lot of work. Oh, I should have generated a card before I did that. It's a small mistake. Oh my god, we have 2 grand finales in hand. I guess we have to set it up now. There's no way to not do it when it's like that. We can make Storm of Steel free. To what end? I guess just starting the grand finales. Unfortunate pen nib number for a riddle. We can't set it up. So we did power. We powered up and then we piercing wailed him. So he had no strength when we transformed him. But we played a bunch of hours. Hold a calculated gamble for next turn. Should be okay. Another bullet time. I didn't realize we had 2, but okay, sure. We're already blocked out. I think we might just like dash calculated gamble. This hand's kind of meh. Yeah, people are always talking about how good Dead Branch Corruption is, but I strongly insist that it's just Dead Branch that's good. Corruption is like sort of there while Dead Branch decks do their thing in Ironclad. Okay. Let's play Dagger Throw. Draw another block card. Yeah, but Dead Branch is good. Dead Branch does silly stuff in every class. It's not like just Ironclad and Silent have good stuff. Like, every class can generate something that's silly with Dead Branch. It's probably worse in Defect. Defect has a hard time generating lots of really useful stuff, but even for Defect, it's usually pretty good. Excellent. You were worried that I was going to be the run was going to be over after dinner. Glad to disappoint. Thanks for the follow, Hallowed Crow. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. Okay, so this turn is a little rough. We need to generate cards. How do we generate cards? We have to play Catalyst. Okay. We don't care about this. It seems like we should Corpse Explosion if we're going to Catalyst. But we don't have enough energy for that. Alright. So we didn't get there. And we just need Dash to block. Outmaneuver versus Void is kind of tough. We're about to shuffle, so I really don't want to Void in the discard pile. So we'll discard the Outmaneuver. Okay. Well, we got a little bit of health to make up. Let's see if we can make some powers happen. Can you show your high scores at the end? I don't put a lot of stock on the high score system for the game, so I probably won't spend too much time talking about it. He's going to be dead soon, so I'm just trying to find powers before he dies. I think we can kill him on command here. So it looks like Storm of Steel is our last way to get powers. Is this guaranteed lethal? First Shiv hits for 16. Yeah, it's definitely lethal. Okay. 18 apparently. Oh, we have 1 strength. Can I have a power? Just 1 power. That's all I ask. Darn. It's a bad pen nib setup, but I was looking for something else. Okay. Not amazing. Okay. It is Time Eater. Should be fine. Bunch of piercing whales. Footwork hits dash, that's nice. We do want fumes down in this fight for sure. And it's nice to hit Glass Knife before dash because of Akabiko. I'll go ahead and Adrenaline. Caltrops is nice here too. Isn't Time Eater pretty bad since you're stuck with bad cards from Dead Branch with Pyramid? No, I think it's probably fine. It's definitely harder than Donadeka. I'll give you that. But it should be okay. We did pick some discard stuff, basically just for this fight, right? So like Concentrate and Prepared are good for like discarding the slimes and bad Dead Branch cards. But we do enough damage we should be able to proc him and then proc him again. We've played 6 cards. Do we want to proc him this turn, or leave ourselves some time for next turn? We can't guarantee a proc this turn, so I don't think we should probably try. I will play the Tools of the Trade, though. Alright, and then we'll just leave it there. Ah, company. Infinite Blades is terrible in the fight. Whale does create a new card. That's true. But Whale's really good in the fight, so I want to use it at the right time. Oh, I see what you mean. Let's start with Terror. And Whale for block. I guess just Whale again. Whale again and proc this turn. Unload clears out some room. Makes 1, 2, 3, 4 slots. Yeah, that seems worth doing. We need to neutralize as well to proc the clock. And we get to draw some new stuff. 10 Tools to trade. Wee! Draw 10 cards. Wait, what's happening? No, not this part. This roller coaster goes up and down. Maybe I should have discarded the Slice. Slice is not very impactful against Time Eater. Footwork makes our cards more efficient. That's nice. Looks like I have my chance to discard the Slice if I want to. I don't think Unceasing Top and 10 copies of Tools to Trade is good. The fact... you do draw 1 card, but... that's not very many. I mean, I guess if you have an infinite, then, like, maybe. But if you have an infinite, then you probably don't care about how many cards are in your hand. If every card in the deck is Yeah. Won't this fight be a nightmare? I mean, it's not easy. This is a tough fight. Alright, Cloak and Dagger helps us block. Leg Sweep's super nice. If we Leg Sweep unload, we do 45 damage, clear a bunch of room, and block out. We actually have pretty decent offense. I don't know. I know that it seems like this deck is just the Dead Branch show, and it kind of is, right? But it also kind of isn't. We do quite a bit of stuff. I think we want to proc the clock this turn, and get down to 5 cards. So it's probably like Deadly Poison, Dagger Spray, Skewer. That probably splits him. Why not proc him that turn? Yeah, we could have. I don't want to proc him every turn if I can afford to not. So this does 20, so that brings him down to 77, and this does 12 times 2. So it's 24. 24 plus 20 is 48, so yeah, it should be enough to split him. And then Deadly Poison just to remove a card. Oh no, 41! Ah, damn it. That's unfortunate. How did I do that wrong? Okay. Let's discard Prepared. So, okay, we've got 12 on the clock, so that's nice. Gosh, I wish I'd skewered him with 3 energy. Unless we can, like, generate a catalyst and kill him now. If we can generate 2 catalysts, no, it's not possible. Let's start with Piercing Wail and see what we can generate. Not useful. Adrenaline draws 3 cards. We have 7 cards in hand. That's fine. Okay, Leg Sweep. There we go. Okay, so with Leg Sweep, and now we're still short 20, but we have a dodge and roll. Could play another Piercing Wail. We have 2 in hand, so they're not like super precious. Yeah, sure, let's do that. And we could stop there and take a small amount of damage, or we could concentrate and outmaneuver. No, we don't really want to do a bunch of stuff next turn. I think we just chill there and see what the turn looks like, because he's splitting next turn. So if we want to proc the clock, we can easily. This is not useful. Yeah, looks like this is a turn for clearing out some garbage, so I think we're going to play 6 cards here. So it's like 1,000 Cuts, Outmaneuver, Concentrate, Slice or something. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to find 2 more cards. I want to hold the Survivor and at least one of the unloads. Probably play Corpse Explosion. I guess we'll see what 1,000 Cuts hits. Okay, we'll play a Piercing Wail. Is it safe? It's probably not safe. Probably want to hold Hold the piercing whale. Oh, right, we want a piercing whale right now, because he's got, so he cleanses debuffs. How does this... So... People always split in different ways, and I always get confused about how piercing whale interacts with this. So if he cleanses debuffs, doesn't that just give him positive strength then? No, because he... Right, so so the -1 strength will be a debuff, so he'll cleanse that, and he'll cleanse the temporary strength debuff. So he'll end up at 0, right? Aragon, that's technically not true. We could discard one of the unloads. Yeah, I think it ends up with him at 0. So we do this. Okay, we want to play 4 more cards. Slice is easy to throw away. Dagger Throw does let us hold 1 unload, as we were talking about. I guess let's see what the Dagger Throw gets. Okay. We kind of have to blow up our hand if we want to proc the clock, but we do want to proc the clock at this point, so... Not much we can do about it. I guess we'll just hold the dash. Yeah, so he did purge the temporary strength. This card's not useful for me. Cloak and Dagger Dash are doing a lot of blocking. Let's see what this generates. I guess we could hold the shivs for when he doesn't have armor. But then what else are we doing this turn? Yeah, you're right, because when I said hold at least one of them, I wasn't holding any other cards that could discard. That wasn't Survivor, because I was trying to hold the Survivor and the Unload. But, you know, that plan didn't work out anyway. But we could discard one of them, so... Sort of a... Yeah, sort of like a technicality knife fight there. I think we just go in and do Blade Dance and a bunch of stuff. I wish there was an accuracy in the deck. We should at least play the Masterful Stab, right? Because it's going to be unplayable in the future. And if we're playing the Masterful Stab, we're already going in on his armor, so we might as well just hit him with the shivs then. Okay, Deflect is useful. And leave 6 on the clock, or spend the rest of the energy. I think spend the rest of the energy and leave it like this. Bunch of 0-cost stuff in hand. Oh wait, we have a tools to trade. We should try to keep 4 cards in hand, not 5. Welllight Plants is useless. Blast Knife on Pen Nib seems good. Oh, we got a Warp Tongue's Shiv upgrade there. It's not amazing. We want to proc the clock this turn, so I'll play the Slice instead of a Shiv, so we draw an extra card. Slime is bad, so is Welllight Plans, though. I guess Welllight Plans heals us for 2. Reflex discard, also an option. He is hitting us for 48 here, so we're going to need to find an answer. None in the draw pile. I guess Neutralize is pretty good. Let's start there. 36. We could Storm of Steel for the Reflex to draw the Distraction. 3, 6, 8 cards in hand, so that would draw 10. Shuffles 3 shivs, which isn't great. That also gives us a handful of shivs, which also isn't great. Alright, so let's not shuffle shivs. Let's start there. Let's just use these ones first. So now we have a burst. But we can't really burst the distraction because the Storm of Steel will discard the burst. Oh wait, these give us Shiv pluses, which are meaningfully better. Alright, let's do the Shiv pluses then. Okay, we did get the distraction. I guess we want to do that now. Cloak and Dagger, okay. Technically blocks. Let's keep looking. Phantasmal Killer should be lethal next turn. So I guess we just have to survive this turn. Kill him next turn. Okay. I'll hold the Shiv pluses, because Phantasmal Killer, they'll do more damage next turn. We want to play one more attack, so it's like... just Skewer, or like Deadly Poison Shiv. Because we want to proc the clock to set up for lethal next turn, and we want Glass Knife to get the Pen Nib. I guess the most damage is Deadly Poison Skewer. Draws the most cards too. Okay, so we got a double damage Pen Nib Glass Knife. That seems like a lot of damage. Okay, and now we're just playing Shivs to get Pen Nib for Act 4AF. Very late after image. Last card generated. Well, that was rough. But we got through it. Not quite the nightmare chat was claiming it was, but definitely not easy either. Oh, we should have healed for 2. That's a good point. So we heal for 12 here. I mean, 2 end of act healing is less valuable than 2 beginning of act healing health, but still valuable. That's true. A meal ticket. All right, good point. Good point. So we would get a card reward, but there's no other point for resting. It's probably lift. Then. Yeah, I don't think any of these cards are close to as good as lift. Okay, 2 lifts. That's more than I thought we were getting. I sort of saw it and I was like, useless. Oh, there's pellets. Pellets is good in Act 4. Take a 4th adrenaline. I mean, we have 690 gold, so we're gonna do some stuff here. Adrenaline almost certainly. Pellets almost certainly. Ornithopter probably. Feather is useless. Probably Blur. We're having trouble blocking. Card remove. Yeah, we've found some pretty good relics this game. That is definitely fair. Dead Branch on its own is a bonanza, but we also got Birdfacer and Mummified Hand. I mean, but to be honest, like, this is why you fight elites, right? So that this kind of stuff can happen, because this is how you win the game, right? You just do crazy stuff. So that's why you fight elites, because they let you do crazy stuff. Alright, so I'm clicking this button. What card would we remove? There's nothing super obvious. Is there 2 unloads in the deck? No, it's just 1. I think 1 is okay. Oh, well-laid plans, duh. Yeah, well-laid plans is a bit outdated at this point. I probably should have done the math before I clicked that button. Make sure I have enough money. What does Secret Technique do in Act 4? Probably goes and gets an Adrenaline or something. Terror. What's Arden? Slice is kind of a curse. I don't agree with Slice as a curse. Oh, Adren. Yeah. I kind of want that Secret Technique, though. I think Secret Technique's probably worth more than Toy Ornithopter. So Secret Technique Adrenaline is 274. So then we wouldn't have enough for Ornithopter, but we would have enough for a potion. Or Blur. Not both. Yeah, we probably should get a potion. I mean, these potions aren't great, right? These are. If it was a fairy in a bottle, we'd be talking about it, but it's not. Or a ghost in a jar or something. Is Secret Technique actually good? Because it does roll Dead Branch, so it's like it can put you in a position of difficult hand size, which is a position we've been in repeatedly, and has caused some problems. I think it's still good though. Okay. Blur versus Potion. Oh wait, we can do both. Right? Yeah. Okay. Maybe should have been Colorless Pot instead of Attack Pot. I assumed Attack Pot for dash, but I wasn't thinking about Dark Shackles and Panic Button, which are quite good. Okay. Yeah, that's true. It also was not like a Speed Pot or a Flex Pot, which would have been insane with pellets. Alright. So... blocking for 36. I've got Dash to block for 23 and Blur to block for 8. Gonna have to find some more. Probably Secret Techniquing for Adrenaline. Let's see what Infinite Blades hits. Hit the Dash, that's nice. Let's see if Footwork can hit the Glass Knife. No. But Blur is fine. Let's go ahead and Secret Technique for the Adrenaline, see if we can get another Footwork before the Blur. No. Okay. So then Blur, and then we have to play Glass Knife before Dash because of Akabiko. We don't have to, but it's better to. And I think we probably want to try and kill Shield first here. But we want the Neutralize to hit Spear. So we like Glass Knife on Shield, and then Neutralize on Spear, and then Dash on Shield. We can't figure out which way to face. They're all around us. Let's play Blade Dance and get some spicy stuff to do. Phantasmal Killer's nice. Pendant Finisher seems pretty incredible. Can we kill Spear with that right now? 7 times 16, it's going to be more with the Slice. So it ends up being 17 times 7. I'm just going to calculate that, because I don't want to do it in my head and get it wrong. Okay, so that's 119 damage, so significantly wasteful wherever we put it, unfortunately. Oh, that's true, it's less damage, yeah. Good point, good point. Okay, so I think we're just happy to get the execution out of it. Unfortunately, it's significantly wasteful, obviously, but actually, maybe not. I don't know. 119 damage is a lot. We'd be wasting like 70 damage on Shield. Yeah, Die would be more efficient, but we need to land the Pen Nib on the finisher. Actually, I'm not sure we do, because if we Die Slice on Shield, he is dead. That's 30 plus... oh no, I guess he's not. But if we Die Slice on Shield, and then Finisher on Spear, and then Storm of Steel, we'll have enough shivs to finish off Shield, and Spear will have taken a significant amount of damage. Not as much as 119. So, okay, so how much do we lose? So we lose like 60 when we... or I guess we lose... so we lose 60 from Finisher, but we gain 15 from Die. So we lose like net 45, which is better than losing 70, right? So that's more efficient. Okay. Plus we get 2 extra attacks on the Finisher. Generates corpse explosion. Good idea. A little bit too late. Okay. Seems like a solid start. So we're at full health. We just have to block. He's already lost his artifact charges, so Piercing Wail's blocking for 24. We just need to make up like 15 or whatever. Yeah, Adrenaline should do most of that. Let's start with Shiv, see what we generate. Oh, we just are going to have lethal. Yeah. So 28 puts him at like 15. Then Dagger Spray does like, I don't know, some number. Corpse Explosion, that's a good way to kill him, right? Thematic. Corpse Explosion's good in this fight, see? This is what Corpse Explosion is intended to be used for. We should try to get more attacks for Pennib, but that ship has honestly already sailed. Try to get one more. No. Maybe a zero-cost attack. Kinda. Okay. The Heart. Pocket Watch, not super useful with this deck, but I guess I'll take it. Take a 6th Adrenaline. I mean, I'm not actually sure if a 6th Adrenaline is good in specifically the Heart fight. 2 max HP is definitely useful. What an Adrenaline Chunky. Yeah, it's a good card. I do like it. Alright, it's a theme deck. We got Adrenalines and Piercing Wails. We're just like, this is a Screamo concert deck. We're in the mosh pit with the Heart here. And Kurelden knows exactly what to do. Generates the Caltrops against the Heart. Like a boss. Warp Tongs is in on the game. Upgrades the Caltrops. They're working together. So we're saving Piercing Wail for the first cycle. So we're not playing Storm of Steel. Glass Knife is always happening because of Akabiko, not Stab. Because we want to hit twice. Hey, Chloroform, thanks. Yeah, good point. We should Power Pot. After Image. Oh, you mean, yeah, for After Image. Makes sense. We should definitely drink the Power Pot. Wraith Form seems good. Accuracy also nice. I'm not going to say no to a Wraith Form. Wraith Form, Runic Pyramid. I dig it. Hopefully we're not using that super soon. And Masterful Stab is never getting played, unfortunately. Wraithform Plus doesn't really do anything in this fight. I'm not sure what you're imagining that's going to do. It can do something if you have, like, apparitions or something. There we go, this is our first block. So let's go ahead and stop the beat from punching us in the face. And play a Phantasmal Killer. I'm not sure next turn's like a big offensive turn for us. Maybe we just play like Noxious Fumes, try to clear out some hand room. Yeah, it seems fine. Maybe it hits Masterful Stab and we can play it. Right. Looks like maybe we do actually Wraith Form this turn. Wraith Form, Adrenaline, all-out attack purges our debuffs and makes us intangible. We also have just like Wraith Form Storm of Steel. Yeah, we should drink the deck spot, that is true. Should have done that before we blocked last turn, but it didn't actually matter last turn. If we do that, we're missing out Piercing Wail, but we are also intangible next turn, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, we're using it to survive the first cycle, right? It's like the most important part of the heart fight, so let's do it. Footwork gets outmaneuver, sure. Let's go ahead and dash to block the beat damage and purge those debuffs. Set up a Phantasmal Killer for next turn and dig into the deck a little bit. Yeah, that Masterful Stab is, here, let's just discard the Masterful Stab. We don't have to look at that anymore. Thump thump. Okay, so we play Blur to block the beat damage, and then Piercing Wail. I guess Blur is also blocking, like, real damage, too. Oh wait, no it's not, because there is no real damage. Fumes make something free. Storm of Steel, okay. Classic Pen-Nib Shiv technique. I've perfected over years of Slay the Spire play. 3, 6, 9 cards in hand, so Adrenalines are not safe. So I'll go ahead and play Well-Laid Plans just for health, and then Adrenaline. Get another Adrenaline back. Sure. This Masterful Stab is playable, so I guess we should play it while it is. And let's generate some Dead Branch cards. We kind of want to hit Terror either this turn or next turn. So maybe we should keep playing Adrenalines. 3, 6, 9. It's a little bit difficult to do. What if we play All-Out Attack? All-Out Attack could discard the Storm of Steel, that'd be kind of bad. But we've got 2 Piercing Wails and 2 Adrenalines, so it can't hit anything too critical. Okay. Yeah, it did hit the Storm of Steel. Adrenaline generates an Adrenaline. Like you do. Let's keep drawing. I was hoping to get past the wounds, or the statuses too. Looks like they're all on the bottom of the deck. So no terror, no statuses. We need to hold this unload for statuses in this fight. I guess Concentrate also works for that. Remember when I said 7 out of 10? Seems a little off. I don't know what you mean, 7 out of 10? I don't remember what you're referring to, I guess. There's a terror. I generated terror, but that still counts. Okay. We hit dodge and roll. Block isn't super useful next turn, but it's not unuseful either. Because we do need something to block while we play cards. But I don't think we're done with this turn yet. So let's decide when we get there. I will concentrate, getting rid of one of the Piercing Wails and some other less useful cards, keeping the unload for statuses. Oh, Pocket Watch, yeah. Well, some of those Adrenalines were drawn from the deck, not created by Pocket Watch. Yeah, I think we've only generated one Adrenaline from Pocket Watch this fight. Although that's still a lot. Okay. So I think we dodge and roll this turn because it's free right now. And roll Dead Branch again. Quick Slash could draw a status, sure. If we get voided right now, not a big deal. Okay, and hey, we get a Caltrops. That's useful. Free deadly poison, I'll take it. And now we're done. Sweet. It's only 23 cards for the Pocket Watch. Don't worry, it'll be fine. We got him sub 400, which I guess technically doesn't matter because he's only got 38 left on the damage clock for this turn. Yeah, 10 thorns is pretty serious against the heart. Turns out he's a little bit vulnerable to that. Should we take Dex now, or should we try and get Warp Gongs to upgrade the footwork? Wow, they really did all bottom deck. 3 out of 5 statuses are in the bottom 8 here. We did get Voided. Yeah, let's draw those things. Actually, we don't want to play Unload this turn. It's kind of awkward. Because we don't want to unload the Void. So maybe we just save the Adrenaline. So this turn is just like neutralize pass after the insanity that was last turn. I think we've healed on the heart so far. Oh no, we came into the fight at full health, but we... no. Oh right, Pocket Watch. So we're overdrawing no matter what we do. Also, this Void is going to generate a card, so we have 6 cards in hand, so it doesn't matter. Kind of an awkward turn next turn. Yeah, holding on to all the defensive tools seems wise going into the next cycle. Okay, so we have to peel off his artifact charges, so Leg Sweep will do that. So we can like Leg Sweep Piercing Wail to block. Secret Technique with 5 cards left in the deck, excellent. This is a fine time to unload the wound. We can just Survivor the wound, it's not really stuck in hand. He goes back to hitting for 0, like he should. And let's punch him a little bit. If we Adrenaline, we draw 2 of these. Could draw the Burn. Then we can unload it. No Burn. There it is. Hey, Mouse Guy. What's up? So, Unload discards all the statuses, or we could just play the Slime. I think we're pretty interested in unloading the statuses. We lose the Piercing Wail too, and the Survivor? Losing the Survivor is kind of bad. There is a Piercing Wail next turn, but next turn is a big attack turn. Yeah, I've only done 1 run today, and I've been live for 3.5 hours, which is actually pretty short for me. I did some, I did like a 6-hour Watcher run one time. That was like a Frozen Eye one though. We're almost done. I really do not want to lose the Survivor. So I guess I'll just Secret Technique a Piercing Wail to draw and Slime. No, I want this Piercing Wail to, or the Secret Technique to hit anything. The Burn will exhaust itself, and I guess will discard itself, and the Wound will skip a shuffle if we keep it in hand, so I'll just keep it. Neat, free dash. 3, 6, 8 cards. One of them's getting exhausted, so we will shuffle. We'll shuffle and draw 1 card. Or not exhausted. Whatever. Discarded. Take 150. Stupid heart. Alright, so let's Survivor and dash for the block. And we could Secret Technique for... Have we used all the... yeah, we've used all the cool things. So we could Secret Technique for Concentrate. Yeah, it's pretty over. I want to play this Blade Dance, but it hurts me, so I won't do it. Secret Technique for Blur. Save a little bit of block for the... I don't know about 2 hearts at the same time. I mean, maybe. Does Piercing Wail hit both? It probably would, right? If they're in the same fight. Yeah, if Piercing Wail hits both, we probably could. I kind of want to set up a Pendant Skewer next turn. So yeah, I think we kill him with, like, Unload Skewer next turn. So yeah, I think the fight's over. I think we just take a Blur. Oh wait, we should try to end it full life. So Fumes first. And we'll give it to Skewer, because Skewer was Dead Branch generated, so... Oh, it only hit twice. Alright, I guess he's dying to poison. Whatever. Sure. Pretty commanding victory. Act 1 Dead Branch is very strong. Silent knows exactly what to do with it. Still had a Lizard Tail. Was not particularly close. We did generate a Wraith form from a potion, which is slightly lucky. But I'm pretty confident that we were winning that almost no matter what. I won't say, like, we 100% were winning it no matter what the shuffle, but, like, there was a pretty limited number of shuffles that didn't win there, because we had, like, 6 copies of Adrenaline. So, like, what is he gonna... Are we just not gonna draw one? We have 6 of them. So we just always had a full hand and Piercing Wails whenever we needed them. So that was not close. Easy art fight. Also, the Enkurilden and Warp Tongues conspired against him, gave us a Caltrops and upgraded it, which is pretty neat. Really fun run. Dead Branch with Birdface Urn and Mummified Hand. I won't say it's hard to lose with, but we definitely didn't miss. Birdface Urn, Mummified Hand by itself is a game-winning combo, and Dead Branch to generate an unlimited number of powers makes that feel extremely strong. Yeah, that's right. We had a heart attack there, where we punched the heart. Didn't get very much use out of this Wing Boots. Wing Boots was very late, and we didn't really have anything to do with it in Act 3. We just got, like, 1 extra Elite and, like, an extra Fire. But we didn't really need the Fires because we were at full life. I don't think we actually ever rested in this whole run. I don't think we rested in Act 1 or any subsequent act. So that was kind of neat. Philosopher's Stone usually makes the heart fight fairly dangerous. But on Silent, you have a lot of access to Piercing Wail, which we took 4 of, which basically completely mitigates the risk there. We had a really good Spire Elite fight, too. We killed... we Dead Branch generated a finisher with, like, 10 attacks and a Pen Nib proc on turn 1, so we were able to just, like, knock out most of their collective health pool on turn 2. Found the pellets in the Act 4 shop. So the Act 4 was a pretty easy red. Kind of an interesting pick of Runic Pyramid after Dead Branch. There was a little bit of risk associated with that. If Dead Branch decided that we were going to lose the run, we would have lost the run. So we accepted that risk. But I think that the, like, Dead Branch is so powerful and Runic Pyramid is so powerful that, like, the potentially negative interaction was less important than the, like, obviously good stuff that they did. Right, we did have to take a couple of discard things, the Prepareds and Concentrates to counteract the potential interaction there. But those also work to just counter the normal downside of Pyramid and, like, Act 4, so it didn't feel like a stretch to pick up the Prepared. Also, I think we got it prepared from the Pandora's box. Yeah, so we already had one. We just picked up an upgraded one. And Prepared Plus is not even that bad. Plus, we did generate, like, Reflex and Tactician a couple of different times, so being able to discard stuff. Like, if you have Dead Branch in the deck, you want to have exposure to every archetype that your class does. So, like, if you're going to be a Dead Branch Ironclad, you need to, like, and you see a Limit Break, you take it because Limit Break you're going to generate like an Inflame or a Flex or something, right? And Limit Break turns those things broken. Yeah, anything else to talk about here? Not really. Really early Storm of Steel. This was like a floor 2 Storm of Steel. So this wasn't exactly what we planned, but early Storm of Steel into early Dead Branch made it a pretty easy run.